Chat, what's up? Hello. Hello, how we doing, man? Oh my god. Oh my god. Happy Summer Games Fest ending, finale. We're done. The weekend of not E3 has been complete. And I'm here and I'm really tired. But I'm excited to stream. Today's gonna be a yap session, chat. Okay? There's so much to talk about. Like, it's actually overwhelming. Realistically, I should not be streaming. I should be making videos and sending out emails and stuff, but I did that all day yesterday after the direct, and so I want to take a break for a second in stream so that we can talk about everything that I did during the weekend and all the games that I played and all the games that I can't say that I played yet, but I can at least say something maybe about them, as well as the Capcom stuff. The embargo lifted today. So I can talk about the Onimusha and Code Veronica remake, or Code Veronica remake. I can talk about that now. And there's some other games I played that were sick. We got more FF7 news. Gotta talk about that. Kingdom Hearts 4, dude, there's so much. Oh my god. My trip recap, who I met, what I did. Oh, literally the craziest weekend of my life. Genuinely. There's so much to discuss. Like, I'll probably be live for 3 to 4 hours. But just yapping. I obviously have some trailers and gameplay stuff to show and B-roll footage that I got, but not that much until next week or the week after. And I didn't get to watch the Xbox showcase. So I'm not going to watch the whole thing because I know some of the stuff that was announced, but I'm going to scrub through it, check out the Persona reveals, talk about the Persona 4 reveal because I made a tweet about it. Because Sega reached out to me, which was really cool. But lots to talk about. Oh my god, it was crazy. It was so crazy. But how's everyone doing? Hello. If we'd seen a list of the stuff announced, it was insane, dude. It was insane. I heard a mention of Veronica. Huh. Yes. Yes. I will be talking about some Veronica stuff. Nothing too crazy. No gameplay. I didn't get to play the game or see any gameplay of the game, nor did anybody else, unfortunately, as much as I would have liked to. The only stuff that they had at the Playdays event that media got to see or do anything with was an interview, Q&A, with the producer of Veronica. He also previously worked on RE2 and RE4 remake. But I asked him a couple questions, got to sit into the Q&A, I said hello. It was very cool. So I'll talk about that. I made a video on that today. I just posted it like an hour ago. The embargo lifted this morning at 11 a.m. Eastern time. But I was dead tired, so I forgot where I was sleeping. I slept till 2:30, so I didn't post it in time. But it's up now. So I talk about, and I'll talk about it again during the stream and give you guys a quick rundown, and then you can watch the video if you want to have more in depth on everything. But there's some Onimusha stuff, too. We saw a bunch of 30 minutes of new gameplay of Onimusha. Way different than the demo. Like middle of the game stuff. That, very exciting. I was excited for Onimusha. The demo was alright. But the stuff they showed during the weekend was infinitely more exciting. And they really should have made that the demo or revealed that as like a gameplay trailer. So I hope they do in the next couple months before the game comes out in September, because it was much more involved, and I think that's what everyone needs to see right now, because the demo is a bit easy. It was a little easy, there wasn't too much going on. Definitely was my complaint, was it's not really engaging other than the boss fights. So that's improved upon, but we'll talk about that in a bit. You're saving up for a Switch too? Dude, the Direct yesterday as well was crazy. Cage 4, oh my god. Dude. Insane, bro. What a week. Like, I'm trying to think of the games I played. There's 3 games. So 3 of the games I played this week in chat, 2 of them... Well, let me look. Okay, so 2 of them I can say I played. My games of the show. So my favorite games. 2 I can say I played, 1 I can't, 1 I can say I enjoyed it, the other one I can't say anything else about other than that I played it. Which, God, embargoes are fucking weird. Thank you, wait, what happened with the sub goal? What the hell? Cool. So, I'll tell you guys that in one bit, but how's everyone else doing? We doing good? We excited? What are you most excited for after the weekend's done? You guys watch the Xbox showcase? I watched it while I was at Playdays. So I was playing something, but I had it up on my phone looking at some bits and pieces. But I saw Persona 6 was announced, and Persona 4 Revival finally announced, which was cool. Release date. Crazy Taxi, which I didn't get any involvement with Crazy Taxi at Playdays. Unfortunately, some people were able to talk with the producer of the game there and see some hands-on stuff, which you can talk about as of today as well. But I did not get any hands-on or anything with it, unfortunately, because Sega was packed, chat. Sega had loads of stuff during the weekend, and I didn't get to touch any of it because I had no time to squeeze in during the appointments, because I was there Sunday and Monday. It was a Saturday, Sunday, Monday 3-day event, but I only got in the last 2 days. So I was too late to schedule any things for Sega, but they had a lot of games, a lot that have been announced and have release dates, and some that don't have release dates. But it's all very exciting. But that's all I can say. I don't want to get sued. But, you know, it was very cool. It was very cool. I felt like a kid. We'll talk about everything right in like a minute. I'll give you guys the full rundown of the weekend first, and then we'll go into specific video games and stuff and thoughts. Because I've never been to LA. I'm excited to start OG Veronica. Me too, dude. Like, I'm going to start that probably next week because I'm going to stream, obviously, today, tomorrow, but then I'll be gone Friday, Saturday, Sunday again because I'll be in New York City. So I'll be gone again for 3 days. But next week when I get back, I'll be back, no trips or anything for a while, for a month or two. So I'll actually be able to dive into some more games and, you know, get back on some playthroughs that we were doing. So today and tomorrow will probably mostly talking and maybe some gaming here and there, but a lot of stuff to catch up on. I can't remember. I did not finish OG RE2, so I'll do my Leon playthrough, Leon run, in a single stream next week. So whether it's Monday or Tuesday, I'll finish RE2, and then the day after we'll do Code Veronica. Or maybe the same stream. I'll start it. But yeah, I still got Leon's run to do. Don't worry. My thoughts on Gears of War. I didn't see the trailer for Gears of War. We'll watch that today. Because I didn't get to see much of it. I skimmed through the Xbox stuff, but I was busy with an appointment, so I didn't really get to do too much. And I wanted to stay away from most of it, so that when I come back, we could watch. So it's still exciting, you know. A lot of it's still new for me. I'm stoked for P6. 4 Revival, not so much, because I'm hoping they fix some of the issues I had when I played Golden. I've never played Persona 4. I have the game spoiled for me, so that kind of sucks, but I'll probably stream it. There might be some stuff with Sega that we'll do for it, but we'll see. Which, that was cool, chat. Everybody tweeted out this video, but I got a DM and they were like, hey, sign this NDA, but post this at midnight and don't say anything other than these couple words. But, like, everybody got reached out to do that for, which was sick. Like, I opened up my timeline at midnight and Sunday morning, and it was just everyone had the same video. It was so funny. It was so funny. But it was cool. I was like, this is a cool thing to be a part of. It's exciting. So, Can I mention Legend of Zelda? You can. Yeah, I know nothing about it. Nintendo, there's no Nintendo stuff that I know or don't know that everybody else doesn't know. That wasn't during the weekend. No, unfortunately. That would be sick, but yeah, the Zelda remake. I'm excited. I'm excited. I streamed the direct yesterday morning. But the style I thought was cool. I don't know. Obviously, it's like one of my favorite games of all time. And it was like my first Zelda game. Excuse me, one of the first memories I had of playing a game fully, 100%. So it means a lot. To me, I think my only worry is what it will look like and how it will be. There's a remake. Oh, I saw the Nintendo Direct. I watched that yesterday. Don't worry. Yeah, I streamed that yesterday. Yeah. But yeah, it looks cool. I just want to see more. I'm like, it comes out this year, right? Which is, we're already in June. So seeing nothing is like, maybe in like a month, maybe they'll do like a drip feed for maximum like hype. But I don't, the choice to like show it off with nothing else, I was like, that's odd. They could have done like a full FF7 revelation announcement where it was like just boom, reveal, and then you cut straight into gameplay. Like give us gameplay of, maybe the Lost Woods or like the big fucking Hyrule field, like just something. But I'm assuming the next time we see Ocarina remake will be in like a month or two. And then when we do, they'll probably do like the classic opening sequence, most likely. Because I was expecting that to be what the reveal would be, was Link on the horse. But I guess he's adult Link at that point, right? Young kid Link is not on... Is it? I don't remember, bro. It's been so long. No. During the opening scene, no, he's still a kid in that. Yeah. No, he's... I don't fucking know, bro. I can't find a screenshot. I haven't played the game in who knows how long. No, he's still a kid, I think. But I think we'll get that when we see it next time. We'll get the classic opening sequence. That'd be so... Dude, I can't wait to hear the music. Oh my god. I'm so excited. I can't wait. But dude, the thing is, like, I can't even freak out about that enough because there's so much other stuff. Like, FF7 Revelation's the biggest thing, of course. Kingdom Hearts 4, FF Resonance, Alien Isolation 2. What else, man? Oh my god. Cuphead 2 was cool. Veronica, obviously. I can't even remember everything. There's so much. Like, it's... Big Walk was showing off yesterday. I'm excited for that. Actually, very excited. Orbital's got a release date, September. The It Takes Two game, but anime style. Very excited for that. Hey, there's like a gross amount of video game. Wolf Among Us 2. That was at Playdays. Did not get to see that. Some people did. Was very sad that I was not able to see that. Once again, just the appointments filled up, so I didn't have time. But I did get hands-on of Wolf Among Us Remastered. I can say that, which it was fun. Okay, but let me hop into the weekend recap. Okay, let's just get into it. All right, and then because then we'll talk about the games, which is what you guys care about the most. So let's do this. Today, I did not tweet out that I was live. Oopsies. Let me do that. Hold up, chat. Post. There we go. Also, dude, Xenoblade. Bro, Xenoblade. I forgot, dog. Like, I forgot about Xenoblade. I just opened up Twitter to make the tweet, and I'm just like, wait, dude. That was also announced. Which Xenoblade, I used to have a lot of viewers who were big Xenoblade fans, because my reactions got a lot of views on YouTube, which is cool. But okay, weekend recap. What else? Why else did I pull up Twitter? We looked for. I'm pumped for the Xenoblade stuff. Yeah, me too, dude. The Switch 2 versions as well. Like Genesis probably will be coming out this time next year, right? Because Nintendo's never wanted to announce stuff too early most of the time. Specifically Xenoblade, like Xenoblade 3, the first time we saw that came out, what? A year later? Right? Like, let me do Xenoblade 3 reveal. Announcement trailer, 4 years ago. This was February 9th, 2022. Right? When did... Xenoblade Chronicles 3 released worldwide July 22nd. So it came out 5 months... No. What? When was it first revealed? It came out 4 months after the initial reveal. No fucking shot, bro. What? It did? Are you dead ass? Holy shit. Yeah, so Xenoblade Genesis could come out, like, January of next year. That's fucking crazy. That's... Because Xenoblade 3 Switch 2 Edition is December. So, Xenoblade 1 Switch 2 Edition is now. 2 Switch 2 Edition is in, like, 2 or 3 months. Then boomed. Yeah. Genesis might be, like, a February reveal. Faux show. That's crazy. We'll probably get the actual date in, like, 2 or 3 months. But, okay. Let me pull this up. Here we go. Was not expecting to see the Blade Cart. They also did add, like, the speed thingies, the racers from fucking Destiny and Star Wars. I think we'll get a Xenoblade Warriors as well. After Xenoblade Genesis comes out, honestly, I would imagine we get the Warriors game probably like 6 months later. Look at Zelda, right? Breath of the Wild had not Age of Imprisonment, whatever the fuck. After Breath of the Wild, it was the Hyrule Warriors game, and then after Tears of the Kingdom, Age of Imprisonment. So might be a similar cadence there. But okay, let's do this, chat. Here we go. Here we go. Also, there's a FF7 little discussion going on.
Sure. So in my...
Hold up, right here. Right here. Which I'll talk about this in a second, but I met everybody here, except for Night Sky Prince. But I did meet the half of these people, or almost all these people, which is crazy. But okay. We good to go? We good to go, chat? I got some stories to tell. So, okay, let's just get it going. Summer Games Fest 2026. I got to go to the Play Days media event. So obviously I streamed the show Friday, which was so fun, by the way. It was absolutely just an amazing stream. I love video games, man. Like, this weekend was genuinely like one of probably the single coolest thing I've ever done in my entire life. Like, not to like rub it in or anything, but I'm just gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna nerd out, whatever the word would be, freak out on stream here for a little bit and talk about it, because I felt like a kid. You know, I still look at myself as, you know, I'm 23, so I'm still young, but I felt like a kid on Christmas, like genuinely. It was one of the coolest things I've ever done. So I want to share my excitement with you guys, because I think as someone who's always wanted to do something like this, if you're watching and you also want to do something like this, maybe you could also do the same in a couple years or sooner than you think. So SGF 2026, after the stream Friday, chat, I was editing for like a couple hours. More than a couple hours, like 3 hours. Nonstop videos, YouTube videos, reactions, clips for like shorts and TikToks and whatnot. And I was already packed to go. And so I went to bed, took like a 2 or 3 hour nap, headed to the airport, hopped on my flight, arrived at LAX, Saturday morning around 10 a.m. First time in LA, never been before, never been to the West Coast before. So I was very excited, but obviously nervous because I've heard so many things about LAX and how like packed it is. But I landed, got off the plane, walked outside. I was like, this isn't that bad. I know it was like a Saturday early morning, so maybe I got off lucky since there's also not much going on in June other than SGF. So I probably wanted a good time, right? Like, start of the summer, people are getting off work, school, and all these things, not for like a couple more weeks. So I think I got lucky there. However, got off, took the Uber, tried to find out where to get the Uber because the Uber was like $100. Very expensive, but walked a bit, $50 Uber, boom. Went to the hotel. And so, chat, I stayed with Subtext. Subtext does Final Fantasy videos. You call this? I just started talking about my trip. Subtext does FF videos, FF7 mostly, but he does a lot of other things as well. But he was there, and so I hit him up a couple weeks, about a month prior to the event, and I was like, hey, I want to go to Playdays. I wasn't invited. However, I would like to try and go and get access, right? Which I don't recommend people doing this, but I was like, I would really like to go and think that maybe this would, maybe I could pull this off. Because I originally was going to be a +1 for him, because he was originally going to get a pass, get access, and I was going to be his +1, because +1s, each media person invited because that could have an extra person go. And so I was like, oh, I could be a +1 for one of the days, and then one of your other friends can be another +1. So I was like, oh, it works out. I don't have to be invited, but I can, hop on as well and still go and help him out, right? I'd be going to help him out, record stuff, whatever. And so I go, and we get there, and he was not able to actually get in. So he was a +1 for someone else. So I was like, I'm here, right? And I can't get into this event. It's invite only, right? It's media, press. And so I'm like, well, I don't want to have wasted like over $1,000 on this hotel and trip. So I'm going to go see if I can get access at the desk, which, by the way, definitely would not recommend doing that. Probably not supposed to do that. But I was going to go with them originally. So I was like, okay, if I was going to go with them originally, let me just be like, hey, supposed to be a +1 for them. Can I still get in maybe? So I had my media kit and everything, and we went there. I was like, yo, what's up? Like, I was originally supposed to come here, but things did not work out for the person who was supposed to get here. And then they're like, all right, we can see if you can maybe get you in. And then I did. Somehow. So, once again, do not recommend doing this. Like, this, you're not supposed to. But it's not like I was like, let me go get into this event and, like, sneak in. Obviously not the case. Or even try to, like, sneakily get there somehow. This was, like, totally coincidence. Very, like, low 1% less chance for this to happen. It just worked out because I was already there by the time I got news that I could not be the +1 for him to go. So, I got in. But that was Saturday. And so when I was there Saturday, I'm like, okay, I can get access on Sunday and Monday, but not today, because TLDR, chat, what this is, it's practically like E3. Like, this guy took pictures, so I'm using the pictures this person posted on Twitter. So these aren't mine. So I'm assuming it's okay for them to be up. But this is basically like E3 kind of ish thing. Like, media and press are invited. You go in, you play a bunch of games that are announced or not announced. It's all pretty much under embargo. You do interviews with developers. It's like video game Disney. And so it's a 3-day event, and you go there, and when you want to go there and play games, you talk to, like, the PR managers there, and you're like, hey, can I set up an appointment to play this game, right? Because there's not, like, lines at a convention. You talk to the manager, and you give them your name, your email, whatever, and you're like, I am free all day today, or I have an appointment at this time with another game developer. So can you squeeze me in at 3 o'clock, right? And so then at 3 o'clock, you go back to that specific area, and then you sit down, you play the game for 30 minutes to an hour, talk with the devs, ask interview questions if you have interviews, depending on the content you do, play the game, get B-roll, hands-on footage, all this stuff, right? Big time media stuff that I have never done before, that I'm just not... I guess I'm technically qualified because I was there, but to me, didn't think I was qualified. But that's that. So I get there Saturday. I'm there Saturday. And so I don't get in Saturday. That's okay, right? And so for the rest of the day, I'm like, okay, well, I'm just here by myself, and all my other friends were in the event because they, all got in with each other. So I'm like, well, I don't want to just sit around, so let me go hang out with my other friends. So I went to hang out with my other friends. We went and did the Pride Walk. It was Annie. She invited me to hang out with all of them. So they all wanted to do the Pride Walk / Pride Parade. So we did that for a majority of the day. That was really fun. All the people there I got to meet were very, very nice. Some of them I've seen before online, like they make content and they do like streams or TikToks. So it was cool to just say hello to a lot of those guys. But so we went and did that for a majority of the day. I got super sunburnt. I got mega sunburnt, bro. Like ultra mega sunburnt. It was really bad. It's fine now, but the UV in LA chat is crazy, bro. Like it is insane. Absolutely insane. So I was burning up. So I had a hoodie on and shorts for the rest of the day. But later in the day, Sleep Easy, FF7 guy, I've heard of his stuff before, but I did not know who he was. He was like, hey guys, like everybody come on over to my house, hang out. And so I was invited by him and everybody else because, subtext was going. And so it was like, hey, you should come along, right? Like, you're here, like, we're not going to exclude you. So I went there. This is Saturday before I got to play everything, like I said. But went there, and they were already streaming. And so I hopped on stream, and they were talking about FF7, because these are the FF7 guys, pretty much. Along, missing a couple people here and there. But, so I go there, hop on stream, Sleep Easy streaming. And so I got to meet Clark in person. Schrodinger's baby seal. I was staying with Subtext. He's very cool. I got to meet Blitz in person. Never met Blitz before. I've never met anyone here before in person other than Subtext. Blitz, this is Sleep Easy. This is John Q Gamer. He's made FF7 videos as well, but they're all Final Fantasy guys. So this is a screenshot from the stream. But this was so cool because I was like, this is crazy. Like, I've seen these guys make stuff online for Final Fantasy or other games throughout the years, and I'm like, here, I'm like hanging out with them. I'm like, this is a weird moment. Like, it was exciting, but I also kind of felt like I didn't belong. Just because, one, I'm a bit younger, so I think in general, I was just like, I'm out of my element here. Because the age thing isn't an issue. Like, me being 23 and, like, them being, like, older in their 30s or, late 20s or late 30s, it doesn't matter. But it just, like, it felt like, because I didn't know all of them, and a lot of them have been doing this for longer or, like, have, big videos or, more numbers or whatever, I was like, oh, I feel I'm, like, scared. Like, I shouldn't be here. I'm just a guy who streams and makes stupid TikTok skits. Which is stupid imposter syndrome. They were all very nice and cool, and they were all, gassing me up to each other. So that was very sweet. But went there, hung out for the rest of the night. We talked about FF7. Got to meet, some of their friends, some other streamers that were there. Talked about, video games and FF7 and Resident Evil, and it was awesome. It was awesome. So, boom. That finishes, right? Sunday comes around. This is the big important day that you guys probably care about. Summer Games Fest play days. So I wake up. Let me check if let's pull this up real quick. Yeah. So I wake up and go to the event, right? And I'm scared, chat. So I get my badge, all fancy, Night of Lives, says my name, Jordan, on it, media creator on it, right? And so I walk into this place, and I'm like, this is sick, bro. And I can show this. But you walk in, and it's like this long area. I think it's like a restaurant, like event space. But there's like this map of like all these developers and studios, right, that you can go to and play games that were either shown off at Summer Games Fest or not shown off, right? All NDA stuff. But they had a Gen Atlas statue there, which was cool because that game was shown off at Summer Games Fest. It wasn't there, but there was the statue, which is cool. They had advertisements for like Dawnwalker, PM Studios, who published some cool games, Bandai Namco, Amazon Studios, Epic Games. There's all this stuff. So that was sick. Like I said, literally video game Disney. I need to be careful what I say too, but this is public, so I should be able to show this. I went there, and so I just started playing games, chat. Like it was so sick. I wasn't by myself the whole time. Professor Noctis was there with his co-host Evan, and so I hung out with them for a little bit too, and they were very, very nice. So I pretty much was like hanging out with Subtext for a little bit, hanging out with Blitz or John Q, or Prof Noctis. Because, they all had their own appointments and games to play and things because they had this all set up way in advance. So I was just hopping around doing stuff, just taking it in. I was a bit scared, I'm not going to lie, because once again, like, I've never been to an event like this, and I just felt intimidated to, like, go up to these developers and talk to them. But I was really thinking, like, I am here. This is what I love to do. I would love for this to be, like, a job, right? This is my hobby still, technically, but, like, I'm taking this seriously. So I was like, you know what, Jordan? Like, come on. Everyone here was invited for a reason, even though I somehow got in, still slipped in by the edge of my teeth, thankfully. But obviously, if I wasn't qualified, then they wouldn't have let me in. But I was there. So I'm like, you know what? You got to go up and talk to people. So I go up to the devs, and I was like, hey, can I set up an appointment? I literally walked up to one of the people, and I was like, I've never been here before. I've never been to LA, never been to Playdays, so I'm not exactly sure how this works, but I would love to play your game. It looks awesome. And they're like, oh, okay, that's okay. Like, they were so nice. They were so nice. It's like, oh, okay, like, we can set up an appointment for you, or you can come play now. We think we got a spot open. I can't say what the game is. And so I sit down, I play this game. I'm sitting there playing this game, right? Headphones on, play it for 30 minutes. It's so incredibly cool. And then, community manager walks over, talk to her a little bit, and then, like, some of the devs walk over, and I'm talking to the devs about the game, just asking about, like, how development's been, how long they've been working on it, some things that could be announced or shown off in the future that was there on the playable demo, and it was so cool, dude. Like, it was awesome. I was like, this is fucking crazy. This is fucking crazy. And so that was the majority of the day, chat. It was like an 8 to 10 hour thing. You're there all day doing stuff. So that was really cool. But along with that, they also had, like, food. Chat, they had free food. What up, Chewy? Like, when you got there, you got a free goodie bag of stuff. Let me actually show you guys the goodie bag real quick. Hold up. So you got this tote bag. This big tote, Summer Games Fest. Like, it's a nice, like, really nice, woven, like, heavy duty, like some Trader Joe's shit. Like, tote. This was filled. It's in my suitcase. It's all in the suitcase right there. But filled with, like, hats or socks or collect, like, pins and buttons and stickers and, like, Post-it notes. And I got an Alien Isolation 2 hat, which is cool. There's a Stranger Than Heaven bag in there. There was a Tomb Raider Carhartt thing. Tomb Raider Carhartt little, like, crossbody bag they had. So it was a bunch of free shit. Did you see anything on Xenoverse 3? I did not know. I did not. But so they gave that to everybody, right? Everybody got that. But along with that, you got 3 meal vouchers. So everything there was free. Like, the food, the drinks, they had a bar, they had, ice cream, but it was, like, free unlimited, right? Like, if you're there, it's a big media event for, like, the top of the top people. So, of course, Mr. Keeley, Jeff Keeley's going to put on a good show for people. All right? Like, he's going to make them feel comfortable. Because literally, I'm walking around, and I'm looking at, like, streamers who I've seen online, people on Twitter, like, companies that write articles and, like, journalists, and I'm walking past, like, the lead producer, lead producer director of Street Fighter 6, the lead producer of Resident Evil Veronica remake, right? Or I'm walking past Ben Starr and Jennifer English, or I see Maximilian Dude in Yo Video Games and Simmons, or I see, just other streamers that I've watched, or I like these larger than life people just, all around because they're there for, that's what this is for. And I'm like, this is crazy. I am so scared right now. Like, this is fucking insanely nerve-wracking. All right, and it shouldn't be, but it's hard not to because I like a lot of these people I've seen on the internet, and they're like celebrities where I'm like, I'll never meet them or run into them because they're like larger than life. So like seeing them in person, it's like, holy shit, like that's so cool, And a lot of them I would have loved to go up and say like hello to, but I was too scared. Like I didn't want to be a bother or annoying because I'm like, this is like a work thing for anybody who's there. So I don't want to go up and like freak out and be like, oh my God, like, how are you? Like, and I could have just said hi, be like, hello, how are you? My name's Jordan. I love your stuff. I'd love to get a picture or a no picture and just say hello. I should have done that realistically. But I did not want to be like annoying or like a bother to anybody because, I'm sure when they go to this event, they want to relax and have fun because it's for such a limited amount of people. But I saw Ben Starr. I walked by him like 3 times, and I really wanted to go up and say hello. But he was in a conversation every time, and I was like, fuck, Ben Starr, dude. I was like, I gotta meet him again, say hello, and it's okay, it's fine. But it definitely missed opportunity. But back to the food. You had 3 food vouchers, and so each day you could use a food voucher on one of the food trucks, right? And so it was all free. But along with that, they had soft serve ice cream free. You did not need a food voucher. You could take their little cups of soft serve. You could take as many as you want as throughout the whole day, every day if you would like to. I didn't. I had a cup of ice cream each day, or just Sunday and Monday. But along with that, they also had like a media lounge for creators to like sit and do work, right? With like free Wi-Fi, because if people have like an interview or something, they can go and edit it right away. And so hung out in there a bit because it was nice and AC cooled. They had a menu every day that was changing, like along with the bar. So the bar had a limited, soda, alcohol, water, lemonade, like anything you would want, you could get. Energy drinks, Red Bull, free Red Bull. Oh my God, crazy. Like I had so much water and soda and Red Bull, it was fucking wild. No alcohol because I don't like to drink, but everyone was so nice. Like the bartenders, it was great. But in the media lounge, they had a rotating menu for 3 days, which is crazy. They had like 2 different pastries every day, fruit, like a little thing of salad, like frittata on one of the days, like a sandwich on the other day, just sitting out to have, right? So if you wanted breakfast, you get there at 9 o'clock, you grab some of the stuff in the media lounge, right? And then you can use your voucher, your ticket voucher for one of the food trucks for like lunch. And then if you want something else, you can have more. It's like, I was like, this is crazy. Obviously I didn't, eat. It wasn't a trip of me just eating, but it was just really cool that like I didn't have to worry about paying for a lot of food during the trip since it's a very expensive trip. So it was nice to like go in. I still had breakfast before I got there, but go, take like a pastry, have something to drink, so that you're full and energized for the rest of the day. But it was sick, man. Like I guess it makes sense because it's like a business conference thing, but I don't know. I didn't know what to expect, bro. I had so much water. Okay, okay. Well, you know what I mean, man. I had a lot to drink. I was thirsty. All right, but like I said, I didn't go and just like eat a bunch of shit. I didn't take advantage of it. That's what I meant. But it was sick. I thought it was so cool. So either way, Sunday, playing games, doing stuff. I played Star Wars Galactic Racer. That's all I can say. I played the game. Played the game. That's it. Can't say anything else. But I played it. So here's a trailer. We don't have to watch the trailer, but trailer right here. That the game. That's all. So I gotta move to the next game. I can't talk about it. But yeah, that did that. This is really difficult. And along with that, I also played Aliens Fireteam 2. Now I can talk about this. This was so good. I went over to play this game, and I went back on Monday and talked to the PR people and the devs, just the devs as well, because a lot of the devs were there. There's a shit ton of people there for this game. And I was like, guys, this was so good. Like, this was one of my favorite games I played the whole show. It is incredibly fun. It's 4 players, co-op, but it's just like, oh, it was so good, dude. Because I love survival, like, horde game modes, like Call of Duty Zombies. But there hasn't really been a game like that to really play with friends in a while. But I love Alien. I love the sci-fi bit. The movies are great, whatever. And so I was so excited to play. But it was so snappy. Like, it was just, oh, it was so fucking good, bro. I'm so excited for it. Like, they were pretty lenient about the embargo and everything on this because they've shown off a lot already. And it's pretty much the first game, but improved in a lot of ways. So they weren't too stringent on, like, pictures or talking about impressions and whatnot. But I literally went back on Monday and was like, you guys, this shit fucking rocked. Like, I told the devs, and I was like, this is, like, I cannot wait to stream this and play this with my friends. And, like, it was so good. So I don't know when the release date will be, but I hope it's soon. Because it was lovely. It was freaking awesome. But some other stuff. So the Capcom stuff I'll talk about in 1 second, because that's exciting. But some other things I played, chat. Let's see what else I can say. Man, I don't even know, dude. A lot of these I didn't even get the emails back from the people, so I don't even know. I played... what else can I say? I didn't play Onimusha. I can actually talk about that. Onimusha was here. They had a new demo, like I said. Did not play it, though. I had an appointment for Capcom, but that was specifically for the Onimusha and RE Veronica... oh my god, excuse me. Interview. So, what this was... whenever I was on Monday when I went, but you walk in. I made a YouTube video on this, literally posted like 2 hours ago, so I explained it more in depth there. But so you walk into this dark room, couldn't record it, couldn't do anything, and they showed the Resident Evil stuff first, chat. So the first thing they showed was a little introductory video to Resident Evil, and I guess kind of like the timeline, in quotes, timeline, not timeline, like a literal timeline, leading up to Veronica. So it was, here's Resident Evil 1. This is the story of Resident Evil 1. This is how, the origins, blah, 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 right? And so then the camera zoomed out a bit, showed a little line. You follow the line RE2, right? RE2. It was RE2 remake, by the way. Everything shown was for the newer games or the remake games. It was not the originals, by the way. So RE1 was also the gameplay, or the GameCube version. So RE2 shows up, right? Explains the story of RE2, origins, whatever, Leon, Claire, Mr. X, boom, camera zooms out, shows the little line going RE3, boom, RE3 remake. And after RE3 remake, camera zooms out again, and then it splits. So a line goes up, boom, like this, leading to RE4 remake, and then one goes down, leading to Veronica. But they go up to the Leon stuff, and they're like, okay, first we followed Leon's story to RE4, a quick, 10-second synopsis of that, which then led into RE9 Requiem. So they totally skipped over RE6 or anything else. They went straight from RE1, 2, 3 to 4 to Requiem, which is why I'm saying, they pretty much only covered the newer games or the remakes. And then after that, it was like, yeah, we did, Leon's story, and, now it's up to Requiem, whatever. So now, this is the narrator in the video, now we're going to go kind of focus on Claire's story. And they're like, from RE2, after the Raccoon City incident, 3 months later, with, Veronica is happening. And she goes to Rockford Prison, whatever. I forget exactly what it was because I haven't played Code Veronica. I will next week. But, so they go to that, right? And so they're showing, and let me open MS Paint, and I put it in the video. Which, actually, let me just open the video. So they show this timeline, and this was a question I had to the producer, which Yoshiaki Hida, God, I forget his name. Jesus, bro. Let me pull the video up real quick. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay, here it is. Yoshiaki Hirabayashi. So this is a video I just posted, chat, talking about the Q&A in depth. And so I'll just show you this right here. So this is basically what the thing was. Like, the camera, I guess, was zoomed in on RE1 and then, you know, panned out, went to RE2, whatever. So the camera then zooms out, pans out, and then, you know, shifts down to CV. And so at this point, they're like, yeah, now we're following kind of like Claire's story and what she's doing. And then that's when the video ends. And so then the producer came out. I had a question for him, but we'll skip to the question that relates to this. Is that later in the interview, he's talking about, like, you know, the games and like why they're going to be remaking Code Veronica first. And pretty much he's like, so we covered Leon's story up until this point for now. So now we want to focus on Claire's story. And I thought that was very interesting. And there's more information out there from other media and people who were at this Q&A session, because this Q&A was throughout the whole weekend from Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. It was like 1 hour spurts throughout the day. You know, media would go in, do the interview, watch the Onimusha gameplay, leave, you know, then it'd be the next group. So there was probably a load of repeat questions. So all I'm going to talk about is mostly the questions that I saw and heard from other people who were there at the event. But the reason I think this is so important in them showing this timeline during this session was crazy is because I'm like, damn, dude, if they're really trying to focus on Claire and it seems like they're kind of just copying what they did with Leon, we might get that Claire game, like, next. Like, I know Veronica is, you know, a Claire game and it has Chris and Wesker in it, but, like, I'm like, dude, we might really get RE9 DLC to focus on Claire, like, 100%. Because in the interview, he's like, yeah, we want to be able to link up the remakes together in a way where it's all, like, succinct. But also, you know, so there can be some links to Resident Evil Requiem. And so I interpreted the links to be not story-related, because, you know, Veronica's 3 months after RE2 and Requiem's, like, fucking, like, 30 years later or something, 20-something years later. So I thought he meant links as in, like, gameplay links. So they're improving on Requiem and adding, you know, the specific zombies in Requiem that are, like, flipping the switch, or the maid zombies, or the opera zombies. Those may be in Veronica. He didn't say that specifically, but that I'm assuming the linking is meant by just improving the gameplay and in game design from that standpoint. However, I do think not RE9 DLC, we could be getting a Claire game, because if they're showing this timeline, it's like, damn, bro, are you really going to go to RE2 and then Veronica and then just cut it off there? Because if you're really emphasizing this whole thing about, you know, Code Veronica being as important of a title as the mainline numbered titles, then, like, would be interesting to see why you're now focusing on that one and not just jumping to, like, RE5, right? Or RE0, or RE1. So nothing confirmed. I don't know anything that you guys don't know as of this point based off, you know, the video that I made here. But I'm honestly expecting RE10 or RE9 DLC to be Claire focused. Because it seems like then after that, they're going to go to, like, you know, RE5 remake, right? Focus on Chris's story. And Chris is in every fucking Resident Evil game, so I don't think he really counts. But they could do RE5, or kind of shift the focus to Jill. So I don't know, but Resident Evil 0, you know, they could do that with Rebecca. I don't fucking know. But that was really cool and interesting and exciting, because I'm like, damn, so they're really remaking the games, not based off, like, really when they came out, but when it fits the narrative and the importance of what they're doing currently with all the games. Well, it is technically a canon mainline title, so timeline it does make sense. It's just not numbered. Well, yeah, I know that, but he in the interview was like, because it's not numbered, well, obviously it's canon, like any game is going to be canon. But what he meant was, like, because it's not numbered, a lot of people look past it, right? They're like, oh, Resident Evil 4, then Resident Evil 5, right? It's like, they want to make sure that people know, hey, even though it doesn't have a number next to it, it's just as important. So I know that people have known that, but, you know, he was just there to confirm that it's, like, officially important. Because he specifically was like, how could it not be important? It has Claire, Chris, and freaking Wesker in it, bro. He's like, it has two, or not, I don't, he didn't say two specifically, but he's like, it has integral characters that are reoccurring so many times over, I'm paraphrasing, by the way, over like the span of the series. Like, it is so important in so many ways. So we need to continue the storyline here because obviously these characters appear later on and we need to fill the gaps in for people. But it also gets overlooked a lot since they never ported to PC. Well, there's also a question that someone asks similar to that. So let me pull it up real quick. This was in my Q&A session, by the way. So the question I asked, chat, I was the first one to ask a question. And it was, as soon as Hirabayashi-san walked out, I was so excited. I was like, bro, I gotta ask a question right away. Like, this is like, it's fucking Resident Evil, dude. Like, this is so exciting. So the first thing I asked, which I'll just play the trailer in the background here, was, how do you decide, no. So I asked about the design philosophy of the games, and I was like, so when you're approaching the remakes, how do you choose on what to change and what not to change? Like, do you all play the games as a dev team, you replay it, and then you kind of go over it? Do you have a set group of people who plays the games and then, gets back to you? Do you use the producer, play it, and then make decisions, with a couple other people that you choose specifically? Like, how does this work? Do you take in account, like, review scores from when the game was originally out? What, like, fan feedback? Like, what do you do specifically that isn't just being like, we want to remake this game, let's look at the game and change stuff? Like, are there reasons behind those changes? And what things that you don't change, right? And he was like, oh, that's a good question. I was like, let's fucking go. I was like, let's fucking go. Yeah. So pretty much what he said, he didn't go into any like crazy detail, but he was like, pretty much like, we'll replay the game. And, the dev team, like a lot of us, he didn't say all of us or like a specific number, but he was like, the dev team will all talk to each other, how everyone feels about that game, what they felt about when they played it originally, what things they catched on the replay. It's pretty much just like pretty like obvious of what they would do or what you would hope they would do. But it's just a big effort of people play it, take into account, all the feelings from people and the developers and some of the original developers and when the game came out, just a big amalgamation of what the game is. And then they tackle what could be changed, what shouldn't be changed, and like how that all relates to new and returning fans. Like, how will this fit into the current like Resident Evil kind of thing that we're doing with the remakes, and what would be fun for returning players to experience and experience new things, but also we got to keep the identity of the game. So it was a good answer as well. It maybe wasn't as specific as I hoped, because I gave an example. I was like, for example, Claire's jacket in her outfit, like, do you just kind of look at the design and say, let's change it up so that it lines up with what we previously have done? Or is there more kind of like, do you hone in on something more specifically? He didn't really answer that, which is fine. But we do know that the original, which this is crazy. This was a question that was given to me by a friend, but supposedly, I was not in this Q&A session, the person who modeled Claire in Code Veronica, the original, is the same as Veronica. That's, which I don't know. That sounds crazy because like the game is old, so I don't really know how real that is. Once again, I was not in this Q&A session. This was given to me by someone else, because they wrote the stuff down. But it's either that, which I feel like is crazy because that was a long time ago. So I feel like more, he just means that this is the same model, like face model from Resident Evil 2 Remake into Code Veronica. So they wanted to base it off the RE2 outfit, but still change it up for mixing it with the Code Veronica model. So I don't really know. I don't know. But so this was just given to me, so that could be misinterpreted, even though it was translated. Because that does sound weird the more I think about it. I'm like, the same person? Like, that's a fucking long time ago. Well, I guess, how long was that ago? When did Code Veronica come out? Code Veronica release. Code Veronica release original game. 1998. 30 years later, it's possible. I don't know how possible it is, but I'm just reading off the fucking questions I was given. 2000? Damn. Who knows? But don't shoot the messenger, okay? But either way, yeah, that was interesting to hear about. But other questions that was in my Q&A session that I can kind of like vouch for is kind of like what games they decide to remake. Like, is it just based off like the oldest ones or what? Any game is canon. It also looks over lots of it was never ported to PC. Operation Raccoon City now. I bet they're going to pull from Dark Side Chronicles to CVX as well as scrap stuff from OGCV. Yeah, that would have been an interesting question. Some people, there might have been questions like that there, but I don't really know. But so, yes, some guy asked, like, Code Veronica is available on, like, Xbox and, like, PS5 compared to some other Resident Evil games that that don't have ports at all. He brought up, I think, like, Outbreak or something. And pretty much what he said, the producer, he was like, we go based off what fits most with the character stories and what they want to dive into from title to title. And he was like, pretty much what we did with Leon, we want to kind of do with Claire. And so that's why, once again, the timeline thing they showed in the beginning, why I'm like, So you're telling me you got RE2, RE4, RE9, RE2, RE4 remake, and then RE9. I know RE6, but once again, they didn't bring up RE6. So we got RE2 remake with Claire, now Veronica. So does that mean, what, we get a Revelations 2 remake? Do we get a new game? Do we get her in the DLC for RE9? Like, what does that mean? I don't know, man. Once again, they're not going to get too specific on this shit because, like, there's no reason to. But I don't know. It's kind of exciting. Could be cool in a couple more years. That's hype. That was probably one of the coolest questions because I was like, damn, bro. Like, surely you're not going to make RE2 remake and then Veronica remake and just stop with Claire. Right? That wouldn't make any sense, right? Like, the game is 3 months after 2, so why would you remake this and then not bring her back again in any way? Especially because Rev 2 was the last time she was in a mainline game or a game as, like, an actual, like, playable protagonist, and that was, like, 2015, right? So I feel like her and the RE9 DLC or being a big part of RE10 is way more likely than, like, a Revelations 2 remake. But were they referencing the face model or the people who made the model? See, Pugboy, I don't know. Reading how it was written and given to me, it seems like it was referencing, like, the same person who modeled, like, the Code Veronica, like, outfit and stuff did it, but I think maybe it was misheard, because that sounds crazy. It's probably just saying, yeah, we used the model from RE2 as well as the motion capture model, and we changed it up. That sounds more likely. But either way, yeah. I mean, a lot of the Wesker stuff is only in CVX. Yeah. Well, that's what he brought up. He was like, yeah, Chris and Wesker are such a huge part of it that we have to remake it because they're so important to the game. But they specifically did RE2, RE4, and RE9 for Leon, so not out of the question. Yeah. No, I think they'll definitely do another game. It's not the same face model? Is it? I don't know. Is the Code Veronica Claire face model the same as RE2? Capcom uses Canadian model Jordan McEwen as the official face model for Claire Redfield. Yeah, no, it's the same woman. It was for the comment of it. Oh, okay. It's still, yeah. Cool. Is RE Veronica secretly a Revelations game? Yeah. It does say Rev. But yeah, that was interesting. You can't do RE5 remake without doing CV. Well, that's definitely for sure. Yeah, I imagine after CV or Veronica, they'll probably go to, like, I don't know. I saw leaks about RE1. Like, from, like, Dustcom, everyone's seen that shit. So I'm just like, who knows if we'll get RE1 or RE0 after this. I really have no idea. I do think... I don't fucking know, bro. RE9 DLC after Veronica comes out, and that could have Claire, right? And then Claire is focused on in RE10, but we don't get RE10 for like 2 or 3 years after the DLC comes out next year. So then between that, then they can do like remakes of 1 or 0 or something else. And then boom, back onto the Claire focus a couple years later with, you know, maybe like Rebecca or some other people returning. I don't know. This is just random speculation. But who cares? Focus on the game that is yet to even be out yet. Another question that somebody asked was, will Steve be more fleshed out? Will he be fleshed out more in the game? Once again, I haven't played the OG, so I have no clue about the other characters at all. But he was like, will he even be in the game? Ha 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 ha. He was laughing, bro. He was like, will he even be in the game? I don't know. He started chuckling. He's definitely in the game. But he was like, well, we go back and we make sure who could be fleshed out more and how that affects the story. You know? We want to make sure that we flesh out characters that weren't originally expanded upon enough and how that can affect the story in the future. But I'm assuming Steve is definitely in the game. He's just fucking around. But it's funny. He's like, will he even be in the game? I wonder if they're going to use Jordy Dandy for crit. Yeah, I don't know. That would have been a good question. I really wish I knew about this beforehand and I could have like asked people. Obviously, an NDA, so I didn't and couldn't have. But it would have been great to like get questions from other people. Because in the moment, I was like, there's got to be more stuff that we could ask. But I was just taking in how cool of an experience it was. But that would have been a great one. Like, is Chris going to look... How is he going to look compared to his newer models? Like, are you going to use the same mocap model but age him down a lot? Because I imagine that would have been, you know, not a huge question that he couldn't answer. But I guess we'll figure out it soon. Because it seems like the game, chat, since it wasn't there and it's coming out next year, I'm imagining we'll probably get some gameplay or media coverage like at Gamescom. Because that's kind of what happened with RE9 last year. The thing with RE9 last year was that they kind of had an interview as well as this, but people saw a new trailer. Like, this is the same thing that happened last Summer Games Fest play days with Requiem, but it had an extra bit of gameplay slash a trailer. So they're, I guess, a bit more behind, or maybe they want to be more secretive because there was all those leaks with Leon last year at this time. So I don't know. I have no idea, but it's interesting. I've been wondering about that. They did a great job aging Leon up. Maybe they can do a decent job aging Chris down. Yeah. Because, like, we know what Chris looks like in RE8, right? And so it's like, we haven't gotten RE1, like, remake, and we haven't seen Chris. We don't know what Chris looks like in the RE. Well, we don't know what Chris looks like in the RE engine before 8, right? Like, we haven't even gotten, like, a picture of him. Like, if someone looks at a picture, like, if Jill looks at a picture of Chris or some shit in, like, RE3, which I don't think she does. But maybe she did, I don't remember. But, like, if she did, that would maybe be, like, a hint. But I don't think we've seen anything that is in RE8 or RE7, which RE7, obviously, what the fuck is that? But that's different. He's simply a mystery? Yeah, I don't know. Because, like, of course, if they do CV, I'm sure they'll do 5 and 6, you know, even if that's 10 fucking years down the line. Or 1, right? If they're gonna do RE1, like, Chris is in a lot of shit. He's in a lot of the older games, and we haven't even... So, whatever this model will be is probably what the basis will be. So, I don't know. I imagine they use the same guy. It'd be weird. It would be weird to not just age him down a lot. Like, it's probably not that hard. Really. 6 Remake is long. 6 Remake probably won't even happen. But I'm just saying, yeah, like, if they do RE1 and 5, which they will eventually do, they'd need to use this model, you know, because they're so close to each other. It'd be much easier. So, I don't know. They just do OG pixelated Chris? Yeah. I think they'll go off the RE1 remake, the GameCube. Probably. But no, that would have been a great question. I wonder if someone else asked that. I'm sure someone did. This is like multiple hundreds of people who were probably able to go into this Q&A throughout the weekend, so we'll see. But that's pretty much it, chat. Trying to think of other questions. It's going to be third person only. They dropped Code Veronica from the title because, you know, with Requiem, they want to kind of stick to like a single word subtitle. So I'm assuming, you know, if we get RE0 remake, that'll probably be like RE Origin, right? Or like something with an O in the name. Or if we get RE5, could be another, you know, V somehow. Or RE1. I don't know. So it seems like with the remakes, even though, you know, RE2, 3, and 4 all, you know, had the numbers, they might abandon that now, and they might just go straight up, like, single word subtitle in any future titles, whether that's a new mainline entry past Requiem or remakes. Is this third person only? They showed first person in the trailer. Are they not adopting Requiem style? No. This is third person. This trailer here is not like a cutscene from the game. This was specifically made for the reveal. Yeah. So that's interesting. Like, obviously we'll go to these locations and stuff, but yeah, this was specifically made just for the reveal, which is cool. I think that's cool. So yeah. Which is exciting, because, yeah, it would be weird, I guess, to remake it and then put it in for first person, because it seems like the first person stuff is, like, exclusively new games and onwards. I'm hoping the inventory system is good, because they usually suck. Yeah, I hope it has that style that the older games had, because, like, Requiem, it looks fine, but, like, it does lose some of the, like, swag, for lack of a better word. Which I don't think I have any news on that. I think other outlets definitely do. Still a few games that haven't been remade. Why Code Veronica? Yeah, once again, same question. The team who made RE2 and RE4 remake are also making Veronica. RE4 continued Leon's story after RE2 into Requiem, so this gives a chance to tell Claire's story after RE2 as well. Once again, you know, we're definitely going to get more of Claire after Veronica. I really feel like RE9 DLC will be about her. That would be crazy. Which is maybe why they don't mention her in the game in Requiem, because they want to show, you know, Code Veronica stuff, and then maybe which that doesn't even make sense, because Revelation 2 still happens. I don't fucking know. Who knows? What else? Someone asked about Wesker and his powers. They're like, do you feel pressured to make him look cool and show off his strength? And they said, yes. Yes, we do. That's all it is. These are not the questions that I was in the room for. What else? What are you excited about as a creative? Announcements are always a mix of nerves and excitement as fans learn about the project. New elements are also added to further enhance the remake experience. Long discussions take place to determine the best approach. You know, we'll see what people liked about the original game and what they didn't like. Feedback is referenced from title to title. So, you know, they looked at RE9 and how they could improve upon that stuff into Veronica. You know, usability, quality of life improvements, and all these things will go into Veronica. So that's cool. Like I said, I'm assuming they'll have like the specialized zombies in Requiem in Veronica. It would be insane, which I didn't ask this, and I should have asked this. Once again, another question that I should have done. It would be insane to make like tech like that, or like, you know, really hone in on that feature in Requiem and not really go into it more in the next game. So I imagine that will happen. And I imagine that's what they mean by like saying the linking of RE9 into Veronica. But also that could, once again, that could mean, you know, links in story. It could mean both. It's just, he probably wants to say as little as he can for now because the game is still so far away. But who knows? No paycheck? What up, guy? CV inventory sucked, by the way. Rev needs to step it up big time. Yeah. 0 to CV all takes place in 1998, which is crazy to think about now. These days are already set like a few years apart. Yeah, I know. I just know Wesker's going to look good. Dude, chat, I really wish we saw some gameplay. Trust me. And even if we did, I couldn't say. But I promise, saw nothing. There would be leaks by now, too, if people saw stuff. But nothing, bro. A lot of people were disappointed. I did get to talk to Sphere Hunter, Susie. She was incredibly nice. So I said hello to her, and it was nice to meet her. And, you know, I was like, hey, you rated my stream 4 years ago. I know you don't remember. I was like, I know you don't remember rating my stream 4 years ago, but you did. It was a week after I graduated high school, and it was with Maggie Robertson, Nicole Thompson, and somebody else while I was playing RE3 Remake. And it means a lot to me, and always has meant a lot to me, so thank you. And she was like, oh my god, that's fucking crazy. And I was like, yeah. I was like, that is crazy, but thank you, even though you don't remember. It's just okay. Because why would you remember rating a random person? But yeah, she was awesome. I was like, this is crazy, but she was only there for like a day and a half. So I did not get to hang out or talk to her more. That stream means a lot. Well, Beat, I was like, yeah, some of those people who are in that stream still watch me to this day. She was like, wow. But yeah, that was cool. That was really cool. But no, we talked about, it was like a lot of us at Sleep Easy's house, but a lot of us were talking about Resident Evil and stuff in the night. It was great. You checked if you're offline, Beat? Oh no, yeah, that would be a lot. That'd be like 4 years as well. Susie the Goat, yeah, she was cool. Guess they want to leave it to interpretation. Yeah, they're gonna keep it on the low, especially because leaks have been running rampant, chat. Running rampant in the Resident Evil community, like fucking, you see the Dust Golem stuff all the time? That is been going on for a while. So I think Capcom's like extra. They're extra on top of it right now, and they're keeping things on the low until they can talk about it like right away. Or talk about it, you know, where they're confidently like, okay, this will not get out or whatever. So I think that's why they kept it kind of on the DL / didn't show as much as they would have for Requiem last year, just because it's been so crazy. So I think also they wanted to give Onimusha more love because that comes out in 3 months, because they had the hands-on demo there and they had the gameplay. So I think they're really just trying to, you know, show the shit out of that game, which is like good, but at the same time I'm like, I don't care anymore. Well, I care, but I'm just like, I don't need to see any more, bro. We've seen so much Onimusha over the last, like, dude, how much have we seen, bro? We've seen so much. I'm like, I don't need to see it anymore. I've seen enough. I have seen so much of it. And don't get me wrong, the stuff they showed off, like, it was a 30-minute gameplay section. Look, here's this GameSpot talking about it here at Playdays, which is funny. What they showed, and I don't know if this is what they showed. Probably not. No, this is different. This is a whole other section. Pretty much what they showed was, like, Musashi was in Kyoto, and he was running around. He was wall running, dude. He was wall running and trying to go destroy these, like, seals that were letting the, like, demons, the Genma, take over Kyoto. And so he was, like, going around Kyoto, and it's basically, it's an open world game pretty much. Like, it's a semi-open world, which is not what I was expecting. So you're in this hub area, and then you're like, okay, we got to go to this river and talk to one of the characters. And so he leaves the hub area, walks through Kyoto a bit, and sees, like, a person, like, hanging on a roof, and he's like, help me, oh my god, like, the demons are attacking me. And so there's, like, side quests / random encounters like that in the game, where if you're walking around and you see something going on, then you can, like, stop it, which is really cool, right? It's like it's kind of like the Spider-Man and, like, Batman Arkham game, like, crime things that go on throughout the game, where it's like you can interact with it if you want, but it makes the world feel more alive. So the gameplay demonstration they were showing off, Musashi was running a certain way, sees a guy hanging on a building, shoots the demons, saves him. He's like, oh, thank you so much. He continues on his path. Goes, talks to the one girl by the river, Then you then hop on a boat, you go to another area, and then you have to go clear out this other area, this island, with people on it. So you go to find these seals, and as you're on the way to find these seals, as in, like, portals, not, like, seal animals, he fights some more demons. You know, there's, like, this fish, like, siren demon he fights. And then, you know, fights a boss fight, and has multiple phases, and he gets around the island by, like, walking on, like, these demon walls that were made by, like, the crust from the portal or something, which is really cool. But he had more abilities. It was a lot more depth and a lot more interesting than the demo that is playable for the public right now. So I'm very excited. But at this point, I'm like, okay, I've seen enough. I've seen enough. It's exciting. It was a lot more engaging to watch based off what they were showing. I still think the enemies are a bit hesitant. Even in the demonstration, they were kind of like standing there. There's like 3 or 4 of them, and they kind of just sit there and watch you. But it might be fixed based off like a difficulty thing. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, gotta leave. All right, bye, Goo. See ya. Thank you for chilling. September needs to chill. Yeah, September's crazy, dude. What the fuck is this? Oh my god. Did not see this. Yeah, this is new. But yeah, the boss fights were cool. A lot of parrying, a lot of blocking, you know, a lot of, like, special attack moves, like, cool animations, multiple, you know, phases. There's cool stuff. Right? I just hope that you can play hard mode in the beginning or something. But see you at the Game Awards happens, JK. Or am I? All right, see you, B. But yeah, that's Onimusha, chat. That was fun. I didn't get to play it, but I saw some stuff about it. But yeah, what else happened during the trip? I don't think I can talk about anything else, gameplay wise. I really, some of these I might be able to, but I just want to be careful. So, oh, Phantom Blade Zero, that was there. I can say that. That's it. Phantom Blade Zero. Yeah, I think that's it, chat. But that's the trip, pretty much. Actually, no, that's not the trip. Wait, I'm not done yet. So, chat, I got to meet Maximilian Dude. I got to meet Max. Wait, no, I have 2 more stories. Trust me, these are good. Okay? I got to meet Max, and he was very nice. I got a picture with him, posted on Twitter. It was like, I felt like a child on Christmas. Dream come true, actually. Shit was so fucking sick, bro. Like, let me go down here. He was so nice, dude. Like, he was so cool, bro. Let me like these. I didn't even see. I haven't looked at Twitter that much. But I got to meet him. Hey, who are those people? I'll go back up in a second. So I got to meet Max. He was really nice. I was very nervous. Yeah, you did take this picture, I'm pretty sure. I was very nervous because I've been watching him for so many years. But I was like, yo, love your stuff. As I was shitting myself. You know, watched you for a while. I also told him that I've never really cared for fighting games that much. But hearing him talk about it, and, like, you know, talk about the gameplay and the games he likes and the games he plays for fighting game stuff has made, like, I watch all of that. Like, I really do. I'll turn the VOD on, I'll sit there and listen to it. So I wanted to let him know that because, like, I don't know, I think that's important to know that, like, hey, even if you think you talk, like, people who like fighting games watch your stuff, also know that people who don't like fighting games are not necessarily ones that grew up with them or play them that often. Also watch it because what you say is, like, very insightful, or at least I think it's very insightful. So I thought that'd be important to let him know because that's the truth. So that was really cool, and I told him about, like, Virtual Fighter and stuff and how, like, you know, it's cool to see, you know, his coverage on that. But yeah, that was crazy, man. It was crazy, bro. I think I've heard him say that's a big motivation. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I want to let him know. Because I'm like, I imagine that's a big thing he wants to do. Or, you know, hopes to do. Because, especially with fighting games, too, they're not niche. But, you know, they could always grow. compared to, like action RPGs or, fucking like God of War and Spider-Man games. So there's always room for those to grow, especially. So I'm like, it works. I'm like, trust me, what you're doing works. Know that. And if you talk to developers, let them know, because they should also know that so that they can, work with you more, even though he works with fucking all the fighting game guys because he's like the fighting game guy. But talk to him, chat. That was cool. Literally like dream come true. Crazy. I tried not to be like too fanboy because I didn't want to like creep him out or be weird, especially at an event like this, because like people go to this event to, relax and play games and meet other people and make connections. So I didn't want to be like, oh my God, like, I don't know. Yeah, whatever. I tried to be normal. I think I was pretty normal. I was mad shy though. I will say I was shy AF, dude. I was shy, bro. I was like, I don't want to be a bother or like butt into the conversations because, subtext and Blitz and all them, they're talking to him and stuff. But so, I was hanging around, but that was sick. But another story, another thing that was crazy, and I don't really have a picture of this, but I could pull up this real quick. Hold up. We also went to dinner. I posted, it was on Twitter, I retweeted it, but we went to dinner with him as well, and so that was really cool. And I felt bad because like I didn't want to be like butting in with everybody who was going because he knew everybody there except for me. And so I was like, I don't want to act like I'm like just going to be there to hang around him, which wasn't the case. I wanted to hang out with everybody, but I did feel bad a little bit because I'm like, damn. Like, because he paid for everybody, dude. Chat, he paid for the whole dinner, bro. And I'm like, shit. I'm like, you don't have to do that. What the fuck? So once I left on Monday, I was like, it was nice meeting you again. Thank you for paying for dinner. Like, crazy ass shit. But it was a dream come true. It was crazy. It was so cool. I was getting emotional when I was going back to the airport on Monday. Like, actually, like I was like, I was holding in my tears because I was like, this was so sick. Like, just the whole weekend in general. But I was like, shit is like life changing. Like everything that occurred with, the events and, playing games and talking to people. But the final story. Final story. This is crazy. And then we'll move on to some other yapping about stuff. Also, subtext. Did you guys finish the stream? You're done? That's good. That was quick. That was quicker than I thought. So chat. I'm eating lunch. So Sunday, once again, I was by myself for a part of it because everyone else was doing their own thing. And I didn't want to butt in a lot. So I got to go get some food Sunday. You only had about 2 hours. Damn, dude. I'll have to watch the rest of it. It was good, one of the bits that I watched. But Sunday, chat, I went to go get food. Okay? And I'm sitting there at the table eating my burger and chips. And it's, most of the tables were taken, right? It's a busy day. And I sit down at the table. It's a table of four. 4 seats are there. And I'm like, okay, it's the only one available. I'll sit at like the one seat on the edge, right? And so I sit down, I eat a bit. And then and this is why I brought the video up. The Virtua Fighter Crossroads producer, Riichiro Yamada-san, and some other Sega/RGG like employees, devs, workers, whatever, important people at Sega, walk up and they're like, hey, like, are you using these chairs? And I'm like, no, like, go ahead. Like, this is a big ass table. I'm just sitting here because there's nowhere else for me to eat. And so they all sit down and I'm like, oh my God, I should probably move, right? Like it's 4 of them. It's like, oh, I should probably move so that, they can all 4 sit down here. But the one guy, I think he was the translator. He was very nice. He moved over a chair as well, but I felt bad. Regardless, I was sitting there eating and I'm like, okay, cool. Like, whatever, right? This is a place where devs are at. So it's not a big deal. And so I'm sitting there and they're talking, right? Whatever. And they're from Japan, so they're talking in Japanese. But the Yamada-san, his English was very good, along with the other guy that was there, which I don't have to say his name, but I'll just leave the other workers there just for the sake of privacy. And so when they sat down though, they saw my shirt because I was wearing an FF7 shirt and my FF7 necklace. And so when they sit down, they're like, oh my God, like, I love your shirt, Final Fantasy VII or something like that. Or they complimented it. And I was like, oh my God, thank you so much. Like, I love Final Fantasy. It means a lot to me, whatever. Like, oh, cool. Like, that was nice of them. Whatever. Who cares, right? I keep eating. And so, like, they're eating, they're quiet, and so I was like, you know what? Maybe because they said something to me and complimented my shirt, why not I say something back just to talk, right? It's not like there's any other reason for why I talked to them, but I was like, oh, let's just talk, right? This is interesting. This is really cool. This is a once in a lifetime experience. So he had a Virtual Fighter Crossroads shirt on, so I'm like, okay, this is definitely the producer, or someone very important tied to this game. And so I don't even remember what I said, bro, because I was scared shitless. But I think I was like, I don't even know. It was something about like asking if, you're working on Virtual Fighter, and like, I think that was it, dude. It was a fucking whirlwind. I don't even remember because I was scared shitless. But I think I asked about it, and he was like, yeah. He might have said that he's like the producer or something about it. And I was like, oh my god, that's crazy. Like, that's so cool though. Like, nice to meet you, right? And I said that to everybody there. But then after that, I was like, you know what? I'll say something else because we're talking, and this is interesting. And maybe the information will once again like be good for him to know, right? And so similarly to what I said to Max, I was like, hey, Virtual Fighter Crossroads looks really cool. Like, I have some friends who like Virtual Fighter and big into Sega and the RGG games, and I've gotten more into some of the games recently, but I've never properly played a Virtual Fighter game. But the trailer looked sick, and I'm excited to play. But I've never been into fighting games a lot. However, hearing people talk about it and seeing the trailer and all these things and hearing what he had to say about it, I'm like, I'm very excited now. Like, I'm as a non-fighting game fan, this looks interesting, and this is something I want to play. Because maybe that's valuable. So I told him, he's like, oh, that's really cool. I can't even remember exactly what he responded, but he's like, oh, that's really cool. Like, I think he asked some questions about, other games I play and in Virtual Fighter, and talked about some other things. And so I was like, I was still scared, right? And so then I somehow, I know what it was. Wait, oh shit. What did I say? I said something in Japanese because obviously they were from Japan and their English was amazing. But because it was like the other guy there with the producer was the translator, and then the other guy, he was like kind of the marketing like connection between Japan and America. That's what he said, because I asked him what his job position was, just because I wanted to learn more about him and just spark some conversation. And he was like, yeah, I'm pretty much the reason they're here. Like, I make sure that the Japan branch and, like, people who work on stuff there can come to events like this and communicate properly. And I was like, oh, you're like the middleman for all this stuff, which is cool. So then I said something in Japanese, and like, oh my god, your Japanese is so good, which it's the thing with Japanese people. It's like, if you say just one thing in Japanese, they're usually going to compliment you on it, like the Eigo Jozu. I was like, no, it's not that good. I haven't studied in a while, but I wanted to say something because just for the sake of it, right? And then they asked about it, and I was like, well, yeah, I studied for a bit by myself, and then I studied abroad, whatever, but I just haven't gotten into it recently because I've been busy. So then they were like, what did you do in Japan? And I was like, okay, here we go. Like, I was like, oh god. Like, I was still scared, by the way, which I shouldn't be, but. And so I was like, I studied abroad and went here and, stayed at this place, and talked about, like, where I was in, like, Tokyo and whatnot. And they're like, oh my god, like, you stayed there? Because the place that I stayed, like, in Tokyo, the prefecture, or I forget what is exactly it's called, but the spot in the prefecture in Tokyo, right? They're like, that's really close to the Sega office. And I was like, yeah, I've been there twice now in that same area, because it's like a residential zone and there's not many tourists. And it really lets me, like, take in the sights and, like, feel like I'm living there. And it's really cool and relaxing, and it's an amazing experience. And so he was like, dude, like, that's so cool, whatever. Here's my business card. If you ever are in Japan again, let me know. I can give you a tour of the Sega Japan office. And I'm just like, what? I was like, holy shit, that's crazy. I was like, I was like, what the fuck? It was very sweet. Insane. So I told him, I'm like, hey, like, I would absolutely take you up on that offer if I'm ever back there. because well, the reason he brought it up was because like I said I wanted to go back soon again because Japan is really cool, whatever. So he gave me his business card, and I'm like, oh my god, like I'd love to take you up on that offer. And even though I haven't studied Japanese as much recently, I'll make sure I study so that when I am there, I can hold an actual conversation with you guys in Japanese and not use English, right? Like trying to be nice, and I also meant that was the truth because I'd like to pick it back up. But it was crazy. I was like, that's so cool. It was such a nice thing to do. Didn't have to do that. Obviously, I wasn't hinting at anything, let alone even thought that'd be a possibility. Or I wasn't like fishing for a fucking business card. I just wanted to talk to these guys because, they're from across the world. And it'd just be cool to talk to people who make games because it's something I love and for a game that looks cool and something that I haven't really got into. So I was like, oh, this is a perfect time. So that was like a shock. But one of the highlights of my trip, I sent him an email the other day and I was like, hey, like, it was great talking to you guys. Really appreciate the offer. Like, please send my regards to Yamada-san and the dev team and everybody over in Japan. I can't wait to see what you guys are working on. And I'm incredibly like, I was just a very sweet email because it truly was like, because I don't know. I got up like after we talked for a little bit. I was like, hey, I got an appointment. I gotta go. So I was like, it was nice to meet you. Like, have a great rest of your time in America, whatever. So I was like, I gotta send him a nice email because it was a great conversation. Like I'll remember that for a long time, dude. I don't know, but crazy to get the business card and I was like, that's unnecessary. You don't have to do that. That's fucking wild. But that's like the last major story from the weekend. But insane. I'm like, damn, dude. Now I was being truthful about Virtua Fighter. It does look cool. Like it actually does look really cool. And I do want to check it out. So I'm like, damn, like now I even want to play it even more. Like now I even want to check it out even more because I got to pick the producer's brain about it and hear about, working on it and all these things. But he was glad to hear that as a non, FGC head, I was interested because that was the goal. The goal is it to be accessible and for people to be able to play it who aren't into the games and for it to look like something that is a fighting game but also isn't, and to successfully kind of mix those two things. So I was very happy I started talking to him because I don't want to be a bother, right? And it's not like I'm like being annoying and screaming or loud or asking for pictures and all these things, but it's like if you're gonna go eat somewhere, these guys are probably exhausted from talking to people all day, doing interviews, and I'm just like, okay, I'll let you eat. Like, I don't want to do this. But I was like, you know what? They're the one to comment my shirt. So they're, maybe they're not that tired where they can't hold a simple little conversation without feeling like I was, butting into their convo. So I don't know. That was major highlight of the trip. So, wow, awesome. Sounds like you got to go to Japan. I know. I'm like, I got to go to Japan now. That would be cool. It's like, that's Sega? Like, what, dude? Sega's cooking up a lot of stuff, too, recently. Like, they are on a roll. Like, Sega's given, like, the Capcom vibe, where they're just firing on all cylinders with all their shit, dude. Crazy Taxi, Persona, Stranger Than Heaven, Sonic, Alien Isolation 2, all the stuff they've announced, Sonic Pico Park, Sonic Pico Park is whatever, but Sonic in general, I'm sure we'll have something soon. But yeah, I was like, damn, bro. That's a conversation I won't forget in a while. Even though I didn't forget I did forget the specific details about what it was because I was so nervous. But yeah. I am legally required. This year's having too much content, it really is. But that was the majority of the trip, chat. It was crazy. LA is interesting. LA is definitely like way they do have a homeless problem, man. Like so a lot of the areas were like way less kept than I was expecting, which is really unfortunate to see. But it was still cool. I'm excited to go back. Hopefully for PAX West is Seattle. But what up, 94?
Up, people?
Hello, T Woods. Thank you for the tier 1. It was. I was just finishing up talking about it. Hope to go back to Seattle for PAX West or LA for any other stuff. Shit's expensive for the Ubers, though, I will say, chat. It was fucking crazy. But it was a great trip. Great trip. I probably am missing about talking about stuff. Probably things I forgot. But something else, man. It was freaking something else. I also did play this game, Seed. This is a simulation game. This is a day one stream, by the way. This game... Hold up, one more thing. Actually, this game, chat, it's a simulation game. It's been in development for 10 years. And pretty much, it's like real life as a game. So you control and make these characters like Sims, but they can do anything that can happen in real life, pretty much. Like, if you click on them, this trailer doesn't really sell it enough. You see every single bone in their body, their nervous system, their digestive system, their emotions, every like micro thing, like micro management thing, it's in the game. Like, if you want to build stuff, you got to go get wood, and then once you get the wood, you got to get the nails, and once you get the nails, you got to get the hammer, and when got to build the hammer, you got to like do like it's the tiny, like, literally it's like real life in the game. It's crazy. I talked with the dev and some of the devs there, Mundy. He's extremely nice, extremely passionate about this. But imagine like Sims and Tomodachi life, like times 100. Like, it is like, so you can have a bunch of players on an island, and so you don't control a set character, right? It's like I keep saying, it's Sims and Tomodachi life. So there's an island, and you can have a bunch of people playing and controlling, the specific characters that you want, but you can have them all interact with each other. You can have them have relationships. They can do crimes. You can set up laws. You can have like taxes. Like, you can have literally like policies. Like, look, there's income tax, VAT tax. Like, there's constitutional rights. There's finances. There's an economy. It's like the most macro or micro, like, management. It's insane, and it does sound like overwhelming, and like, okay, that doesn't even sound fun because there's so much to do. But him showing the game and playing it, I'm like, this is the perfect stream game, like, genuinely, because I think with your chat, it's pretty much Tomodachi life, which is expanded by 100. So I was like, dude, please, when this comes out, or when like people can have hands on, please hit me up. Like, I would love to do like a 1 week with stream where this world is available for all chatters, and anybody can join in and play, and we can see how far we can build our civilization in a week. Because he's like, eventually we want to have you go to space, and make a spaceship, and you can create like cities, and they can have jobs, and they can do crimes, and they can go to jail, and you can start wars. Like, you can literally start wars and, like, construct, like, he wants it to be, like, a real-life simulator to see how, like, what would people do if they kind of had, like, another life, you know what I mean? It was very interesting. So, you're going to play for your entire life? Well, it's not going to take, if you want to, like, chop down wood, it's not like chopping the tree down will take, like, a real life amount of time. It's going to take like 2 seconds or something. But the game has been in development for 10 years. 10 fucking years, bro. Just a sickening number. And you can tell it is so impressive. Like, I'm not sponsored to say this. Like, I'm not paid for any of this shit. Like, I literally got to choose what games to play this weekend and what to talk about. Like, if I played a game and I didn't like it, then I don't have to talk about it. So I was like, no, this true, like, I wasn't going to go to play this game, but Wade, Professor Noctis, and Evan, his co-host, they had an appointment for this, and Wade was like, yo, join in. Like, you should sit down and also see what this game has to offer. And thank God I did. Thank God, dude. Like, I hope this game blows up and does well, because this is, like, genuinely, like I'm saying, it is the perfect stream game. It is, in just game in general, for people that want to, like Sims, it's so impressive, dude. It's so sick. It's ambitious, though? Yeah, it definitely is ambitious. Like, the bug fixing, we asked him. We're like, how does bug fixing go? Because there's so many things, and you've been working on it for so long. And he's like, it's a nightmare. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure it's a nightmare. But it's an MMO. It's an MMO Sims game. So, we will be streaming it day one. I think they announced the release date with this trailer yesterday. Early access, July 21st. So I'm definitely gonna wishlist it, and I gotta reach out to them still. But it was sick, dude. It was really cool. I'm very stoked for it. It just mark my words, if like a big streamer plays it, and it's not buggy at launch, and I really hope it's not. It was not buggy, or it wasn't super buggy whenever we were looking at it during the Playdays stuff. But if it launches and like successfully works with like the online server capacity and stuff, it will do very well. Like it's like a fake game. It's not a fake game, but it sounds like a fake game, and I promise you, the way I'm explaining it and the way this trailer shows stuff off, it doesn't nearly show even remotely like everything that could be done into the smallest like nth degree. It's crazy. But that's my SGF trip. It was an awesome. I can't wait to go back. I thank you to everybody I could hang out with. Like, I know no one's here, like in the stream, who I hung out with, but like to everybody I met and streamers I met and like mutuals or like friends I got to hang out with, like it was like actually life-changing, dude. Shit was crazy. I did see Jeff Keighley. Did not get to say hello because he was constantly busy. So would have loved to say hello to the man himself and be like, Jeff, I've always believed in you. Like, just know that I've always thought that you got shit locked down, okay? Because that's the truth, okay? I can't stand for the Jeff Keighley slander. He's not perfect, you know. He's had some fumbles here and there, but at the end of the day, Big G, you know, we wouldn't have stuff like this. So I wanted to say that to him, but he was busy as fuck, which makes sense because he's like the man of the hour, man of the weekend. But that's everything. Trip recap done. Dunzo. Freaking insano, man. But so now what else do I talk about? What's next? What's next on the list of stuff to mention, chat? Talking about some games I got to play. Veronica interviewing Onimusha impressions. Xbox show. Okay, next. Did they have the new Fable? No. The whole thing sounded awesome sauce. It was awesome sauce. It was so fun. But yeah, no, I'll probably do some stream. Like, a lot of the games I played at SGF, chat, I'll probably get some codes for. Like, for Seed, I told him, I'm like, hey, if I can get some codes for my community for this game, for us to play, I would love to. So, hopefully around early access, or maybe during the full release, whenever that happens, I'm going to reach out to them. But I really want to stream that game. Like, it would be so fun. It'd be so cool. So, I'll try to get some stuff that I can maybe give out. Like, I could give out like 2 or 3 codes to the community when it plays, but that's not till July, so we'll see. But okay. Let's check out the Xbox showcase, because that happened and I didn't get to really see much of anything other than like what was announced. I didn't get to watch the actual trailers. And after that, we'll check out the FF7 stuff. Final Fantasy 7. Hold up, so I have the Xbox show pulled up here. I got the Xbox show pulled up here. Let's see here. Down, 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 down. Wait, chat, what did they just announce in Fortnite? Oh, the Amazing Digital Circus. Never mind. I don't care, bro. I don't care, bro. Where's FF7 in Fortnite, dude? Where the fuck is it? Where is it? You got a new Sparks in FF7? Bro, I did. Why would I not? It's like one of my favorite games of all time. I'm so excited. The ending sucked. I have never watched any of it. I forgot the movie came out, yeah. It wasn't good, though? That's rough. That's a little rough. Okay. It's pretty good, just the ending was... Oh, interesting. All right. Like episode 1 through 8 are good. They fumbled 9. I tried to watch it because my friends want me in a cause group with them. Never got past the first episode. Yeah, it doesn't look like it'd be something... Like, I imagine if I watched it, I wouldn't dislike it, but I don't think it's something directly up my alley. You know. Probably not for me, specifically. Hold up, okay. So... Xbox Showcase. Should I just skip through? Should I look at the Xbox channel or should I watch it? Like, should I just skip through it or should I just look at the videos that are here? Because I'm assuming anything that was shown off at the showcase would just be as a video, right? Yeah. So maybe that's a better... That might be a better thing to do here. When the Xbox Showcase was Sunday, it's currently Wednesday. So 3 days ago. Yeah, so this would be... I'm assuming Gears of War is the first thing they show, right? Yeah. So maybe I'll just click through this. And then, actually, nah, you know what? No, I'll just watch it. I'll just watch it, man. Yeah, we'll just fucking watch it, bro. It's like, oh, it's a fucking hour and 40 minutes. Holy shit. What should I... Hold on. Let me go pee real quick. Chat, should I just sit and watch it or should I just click on the individual videos? Maybe the actual individual videos. But hold on. Let me go to the bathroom. Be right back. 1 second. Jesus Christ. Jesus, man. Okay. Let's just do this, right? Actually, I'll just watch the Xbox show. Fuck it, bro.
There are reports of multiple tremors causing minor damage across Kelowna.
Yeah. All right, let's check it out. Let's see. Let's do a little skim through of the Xbox showcase. Why not? Probably won't watch the whole thing because, like, well, maybe we will. I don't know. I want to see some of this stuff. A lot of it I probably don't need to, but I still would like to, right? Some of it I haven't even seen.
This is the Coalition Emergency Broadcast System.
So let's check it out. After this, we'll do FF7.
There are reports of multiple tremors causing minor damage across Kelowna.
Stay sharp. Don't let them surround you.
Xbox my goats. I want to make sure there was anything close.
There should be more guns in the trunk.
Here, strap these on.
Dude, I haven't played Gears of War in so many years.
This isn't enough. We should still head to the police station. We're gonna have more firepower there.
Right. Yeah. It's about 2 blocks up ahead.
Okay. Shoot, move, watch for civilians.
I did see, though, that this game is Xbox exclusive. Console.
Get inside now.
Like, they're going back to the console days, chat, where, right? Maybe I'm wrong, but that's, like, crazy. Like, that is, like, genuinely... Do you know how long it's been since we had an Xbox console exclusive? I feel like it's been, like, 5 years. Maybe not, but... It genuinely feels like it's been a lifetime. Because I grew up with Xbox. I was an Xbox 360 and Xbox One kid for my whole life until I got a PS4 in like 2017. So I've always been Xbox until then. And then because 2017, 2018 is pretty much around when Xbox kind of started to dip a bit. Not fully. It was more of a 2020 thing, you know, but this does look cool, though.
We need to keep moving.
I will say. I don't know if I can afford or buy an Xbox, but it does look kind of cool.
Let me see what I can do.
I'm at the pan safe. I need backup.
It's the new CEO. Yeah, she's doing good, man. She's pretty crazy kickoff of her position. It's cool. Dude, I feel like this game's been in development for so long, though, right? Like, it's been a gross number of years.
Target surface. Open fire.
Dude, this looks kind of cool, man. I used to love Gears back in the day. I played the shit out of what was Gears 2. Gears of War 2? Or was it Gears of War... Not 2. Gears of War...
All right.
I was 5 when that came
That
out.
gear said they're stuck in the pay and save.
Judgment.
Which way?
Gears of War Judgment, 2013. I was 10. Yes, I played that. I played Judgment and then the games after that. I enjoyed it.
Through here.
Back in the day. Okay, but you know what I mean. Well, 13 years ago. That's over half my life.
Nice shot. Oh, where the hell did you lot come from?
We heard
Looks
your
good.
distress call.
Well, you saved my ass. But we need to make ourselves scarce. These fuckers keep pouring in every
My
few
only
minutes.
worry is, like, how many people are actually going to buy an Xbox for this? Because I feel like no one owns an Xbox nowadays, right? Like, I'm interested to see how they're going to get people back on board to buy a whole new console, you know?
Where's your squad?
Because, like, PC gaming, they pushed the Game Pass, like, PC Play Anywhere stuff so much, it's going to take a while, or at least I think a while, to really get people back on board, like, to buy a whole console, you know? But Nintendo does it. It's Nintendo, so it's very different, but, like, I don't know. I wonder. Yeah. Because is Fable going to be? It's not an Xbox only. That's a PS5 game. Same thing with the Halo Combat Evolved, also PS5. So I'm, like, interested. Because if this is the only game, it's like, how many people realistically are going to buy an Xbox just for this, you know? Like, I wouldn't, but it does look fun. I would definitely be a little sad I couldn't play it. So. It looks cool. Insomniac will keep me forever on PS. Yeah. I think the PS5 is just a better console, but... Like, if FF7 Revelation was, like, an Xbox-only game, obviously it's not. Like, I would get an Xbox just for that, you know what I mean? So I imagine there's Gears of War people out there who will buy an Xbox just for this. Because I bought a PS5 just for FF7 Remake Intermission DLC. Legitimately. That's the reason I got one so soon. It's because the DLC was PS5 only. I bought that shit literally a week after they announced that. So I did it for the PS5. People are going to do it for this game. I just wonder how many people.
Jams! Damn it!
Bro, no shot. They don't see him. Oh shit! There we go.
Our roads converge again. Marcus Phoenix.
That looked pretty cool. That looked pretty cool. Can't even lie, man. Damn. It's giving like Doom vibes. Like just faster pace. Oh, Doom's pretty fast paced. But like third person Doom. Wait, comes out October? Oh shit. Wow. I guess that makes sense. It's been in development for a while. Alright, yeah, so that's Xbox only, right? And then play it day one with Game Pass.
Welcome to the Xbox Game Showcase.
Let me shut up.
For the past 25 years, Xbox has delivered some of the greatest games of all time. Games that changed what was possible. Games that brought players together, and games that defined generations. Xbox was built on the spirit of creativity and heart. And as we kick off the show with Gears of War E-Day, it's only fitting that as we return to Xbox, we return to Gears. So today, we're announcing that Gears of War E-Day will be an Xbox console exclusive.
That's some crazy ass shit, bro. That's kind of crazy.
The core of Xbox is great games, and that's what today is all about. We're going to show you more than 25 titles from creators around the world, followed by our Gears Direct. Enjoy the show.
Okay. All right, let's keep. You know what? This is fun. Let's actually watch the actual show. I'll skip through some stuff here and there, but there's some cool stuff. This is Fable, right?
Do I remember the moment my powers came in? Well, I was being crushed to death.
Making her the face. It makes sense, man. They need someone like a figurehead for it after everyone left, pretty much.
Whilst holding onto my sister's hand. I remember her fingers gripped so tightly in mine that her nails drew blood. Until I lost her grip.
I'm imagining.
But she stayed away.
What if the next Bethesda game was Xbox console only? That would be crazy. That'd get people to buy an Xbox.
Does stick in the memory bit, yeah.
Elder Scrolls 6. That pissed off a lot of people.
I know why you're here. You want to talk about them.
Oh, it is Fable, okay.
They're not real heroes.
You ever seen a legend in the flesh?
All that power, how do they use it? Killing mindless beasts.
Dude, this game's been like in development for since the Xbox or like current gen stuff was announced. Since before the PS5 even came out. This game was showing off, bro.
Waste of time and trivialities.
That is
You're back. And just
crazy.
like a threat.
Got more important things to worry about than vegetables.
A hero knows how to live with their choices.
Oi! What the fuck was that?
Shit is not sustainable.
Just sent my brother into the infinite fucking abyss without even asking permission.
Remorse? Remorse is for the guilty. Look, I will tell you what I told them. Albion is broken, and I'm going to mend it. Albion.
I'm excited about this. I think because it's Fable and because you can make choices and mess around.
A hero.
That's what gets me excited to play it.
Is me.
Like, story and setting-wise, I'm like, okay, cool. Like, nothing where I'm like, I need to play it now, but the freedom is what is really selling me. Which I guess that's, like, the point, you know? February. Shit, dude. Okay. But it is PS5. Cool, 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 cool. Cool. Alright. Alright. PS5. PS5. Xbox Game Studios. Let's do this. Let's see. What else we got going on? Halo. It is Halo. Oh, this is exciting. Wait.
Halo. The Chief.
Okay, so this is the remake.
Stuff of legends.
I'm hyped for this too.
But that's not the story.
I'm excited for this too.
This one, you haven't heard. I've started simple enough.
God, it looks really
Drop
good.
in,
Holy shit.
grab the goods, get out before anyone noticed. Well, guess what? They noticed.
Damn. Jesus, dude. Wow, look at the lighting, man. Holy.
Now you ready to get to it? You serve long
I
enough.
hope this is good. Like,
You learn to
Halo
read
is
the
such a
battlefield.
fun game to play with friends.
This place,
Oh
more
man.
of a freak show.
Do you you think they'll remake Halo Reach maybe? If this does well?
I know, freaky.
Have you enjoyed your stay so far, Demon?
Sorry to interrupt, but we're
They're
on
bound
the
to.
clock.
Halo Reach is like arguably one of the most popular Halo games, if not like #1 next like
Thing
what,
with
Halo
simple
2 or some
jobs
shit.
is
Halo 3? I
they
guess Halo 3.
always get complicated. Plans change. Odds get worse. My advice.
Because chat, I got Combat Evolved for the
Bring a
Xbox 360 for my birthday when I was a kid. I remember my dad going to GameStop and buying it for me. I wonder how Xbox loyalist? What do you mean? Like it being on multi-platform?
Chief, you ever get tired of being the strong, almost silent type?
No.
Oh yeah, I forgot. It's campaign evolved. Because also that's July, 2 months, because multiplayer's coming later, right? Which that's fucking weird, man. Okay, DMCA. Sick. Fuck. It's me muted. It's probably a DMCA anyways. But this is Plague Tale, right? Plague Tale Resonance. I don't know. I might play this. I don't know. I played the first 2 Plague Tale games, but like they were good. But I don't know if I'm like, oh, I need to play it day one. You know? Wow, the combat looks different. Holy shit. It's like actual action combat. Wow. Okay. Damn. 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 It's giving, it's like Uncharted type. Like a more melee focused. Oh, what the hell? Interesting. It definitely looks like Plague Tale visually, but this looks way different. Oh, interesting. Well, I guess the first 2 games were like puzzle, semi-action, semi-linear anyways. Do you have to mute the music? Yeah, DMCA music. It's gonna fuck up my shit. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. August? Okay, cool. So is E-Day really the only thing that's gonna be Xbox only? They gotta have other stuff to get people to buy that. You can't do one game. Here we go.
Of the Midnight Channel.
Here we go. I made the tweet for this.
Domino might have been on that Midnight Channel before she
When is this
died,
coming
too.
out? I don't even know.
Now, where are we?
Oh.
Feels like we're someplace totally different. Watch out!
Are people excited for this? Does it? Are they happy about the new visual style? It looks good, man. But I know Persona fans are mad picky, and they're weirdly picky about Persona 3 Reload.
And the heart is strengthened through bonds.
Doesn't it sound
The
cool?
music in Persona 4 is phenomenal, even though I haven't played the game.
Was that supposed to be him?
Good times never
I don't know. I
seem to
might
last
play this,
long,
man. I don't
do
know.
I hate you, sneaky, stupid bully jerk. I can't wait.
So, shall we?
Really? So neat.
Like, it just sucks it got spoiled for me.
All shadows were originally born from humans.
I played P5R, but that's
Senpai
it.
got killed by her other self.
Maybe I'll play P3R before this. I don't know.
Don't look at me. Does that mean you're just gonna stuff me back in your head and pretend
It might be
I'm
worth
not
it to play
real?
still.
I can't.
Alright.
It does look good, dude. Atlas has the sauce, man. Jesus, like,
I'd like to help too. I'm not running away from this.
look at the fucking UI. It is incredible.
So yeah, I'll be counting on you, partner. Then let's
Jesus
team up and
Christ.
catch this jerk.
Let's end it. Here, go.
God damn. God damn. Wow. Oh, it comes out February. Cool. Alright. Alright, alright. In 2020, I thought Persona and Danganronpa were the same franchise. Dude. That's a devious crossover. Holy shit. That's crazy. So Persona 6 is here. I know that. I'm wondering when that game's coming out then. You know? I also need to play Metaphor. I need to get through Metaphor. Is this more DMCA music?
These survivors found
This is probably. What is this? A zombie game? Okay, this is probably a no for me. State of Decay 3. Okay, yeah. Like I said, I'm not going to watch the whole thing. We're going to skip through a little bit. This is Sea of Thieves, okay? Can't believe this game is still a thing. I got this day one. I remember when this took out this took so long to release, man. I got it day one, and I was like, there's nothing to do in this. I made YouTube videos on it back in whatever the year it was. I was like, this is kind of not good. But I'm sure it's way better
Even
now,
just
right?
create a place to hide. Piratical pursuits, maybe. We're giving you your own keys to the sea.
Cool. All right.
Führer. But that is not your name. Your name
Is this Bethesda?
is Hunter.
This is fucking Wolfenstein.
As a Spartan,
No, this is
you were a
Metro.
legend. You stood for something.
I own
Where
all
are
the
the
Metro
Spartans
games.
now?
I haven't really played them though. I know people like them,
Protect the Metro
but
from you.
they've always looked
You promised
interesting.
a brighter future for our people. Now,
Dude, Dangan. You think we're getting a new Danganronpa ever? Probably not.
your name.
Because Spike Chunsoft makes other stuff now,
swore to
like
crush the
visual
enemy.
novels. They're not really
Face them head on and guide the Metro
the Dangan.
to the light. But darkness
Think of the
consumes
fall?
you. Spreads like a plague. Eats you from within.
Xbox really is like the ball and gun console.
Every step and every move.
They have so many third and first person action shooter games, bro. It is crazy. But like, if you think about it, Ball and Gun is the best, or not best, but it's like the most popular like sub-genre, or you know, it's not a genre, but you know what I mean. Like those are the most popular games. So
that legendary Spartan.
Like Bethesda as well, you know, mostly like shooting games. But shooting games are huge, man. Like, even though I'm not into them that much anymore, like, shit is crazy. Look at, like, fucking, you know, Marvel Rivals or any multiplayer shooting game. Like, if a single-player shooting game comes out and it's good, people will buy it. People will play it. It's just a lot of the major shooters that came from Xbox just haven't made games in a while because there's just so many problems at the studios. So, most popular, definitely not the best. Well, yeah, not the best for me personally, but by far, you know, millions and millions and millions of people play them. So, I can't write it off just because I don't play them as much anymore. But Metro looked cool. They're still fun. It depends what it is. Single-player shooter games still got some cool stuff in there. But what the hell is this? I also do love me some puzzle games. Some cute puzzle games. Oh my god. What up, Raven? How you doing? That's what Game Pass is good for, though, chat. Like games like this. Like puzzle games, like cutesy, you know, 2 to 6 hour experiences. I used to play a lot of games like this off stream. This looks cute. One thing I hate is most cool shooter games are multiplayer. Yeah, well, that's because it's so popular. But the Metro looked pretty good. Bad Magpie, cute. Steam, okay, all right. Looks fun. That's a Steam Deck game, even though I don't have a Steam Deck and probably won't because they're really expensive. But
world premiere.
Game Pass is awesome. I make a new account just to get the 1 dot. All right, what else? Wait, Wolong 2, right? This got announced. I forgot. Wolong 1 was okay. Damn. The only problem, and I talked about this with some of the guys on Saturday in LA, and with Susie as well, because we were talking about Onimusha, is there's just such a big abundance of like Sekiro, Souls-like, action RPG, Neo-like, Onimusha, like so many of these games, whether it's like ancient China or Japan, and they're like actions or Souls-like games, a lot of them just blend in so much.
Awaken. Phoenix.
Like Wuxia, like just all of it. Just they're different, obviously. You know, obviously China and Japan and all these things aren't the same by a long shot, but just that kind of setting with, you know, like the temples or like ancient, you know, wars, or like, you know, they got all these camps and all these warlords and all these things. A lot of it blends in, and a lot of them just kind of look and feel the same, which is a worry for Onimusha, is that it stands apart from a lot of these things. And, you know, it could be a worry with Wolong 2, because Wolong 1 I liked. It was good. It's not like it didn't blow me away, but it was fun. So hopefully 2 is a bit better.
Opening your very own cult.
What the fuck is this? Oh, it's Final or Fallout.
You'll be going to beautiful.
Dude, for some reason, Xbox games, they all look the same. Like, Xbox has like a visual style, even though they're all different developers and publishers, but like, they look, a lot of them look the same. Like, what is this? Like, if you told me this was Fallout 76, I'd be like, yeah.
Build a cult, and I will shield you from the
Obviously, it's not.
Join us.
The fuck? Oh, maybe it could be fun. Join us. What the hell? Rust-like? DayZ-like? State of Decay like. All right. Nah, I'm right. I'm not being a hater because they're fun. Like, they're definitely fun. But regardless of if they're fun or good, you know, a lot of them do look very similar. It is the ball and gun console, man. It really is. But hey, they got a lot of that Sega stuff now, so they're kind of shifting away from it. What is this? This is Senua something, right? Hellblade? I thought this came out. Is this a new game? DLC?
Would see them heal. But what is left in the dark? Seconds. And some binds cannot be broken.
The DMCA probably, bro. Fuck. Okay. Is this a new one? When did the last one come out? Hellblade. Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice. When did this come out? Release date? August 2017. Okay, so then is this the third one? Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, 2024. Oh, so this is the third one. Oh. Interesting. Okay. I thought that studio almost went under, so I'm glad it's not under. Right? Oh, so it's just the straight up name. Interesting. Yeah, I thought Ninja Theory wasn't doing too well, but that's good to know. All right. All right, what else? Bethesda? I don't care. Dude, Bethesda? Fallout? How many people play this game still? That's crazy. Bethesda again. Doom DLC. Right? I never played this. I wanted to, and I just never did. It got decent reviews, right? Decent stuff. Just okay.
The council has chosen. Beneath this chamber will be your tomb. This place is your pain-given shape. It holds many secrets. Only a cleansed soul may lead.
Alright, hold up. Let's just skip through a little bit. I didn't play the original game. This looks cool, though. If it was live, I wouldn't skip, obviously, but most of these aren't surprises. Looks sick, though. Looks sick. Looks sick. Okay, here we go. Crazy Taxi. I want to watch this stuff. The Gen AI stuff's really unfortunate, so we'll see what happens with it before, I make a decision, but the news sucks. A little bizarre. I was so excited for it, man, and I saw the article, and I'm like, why? What is the point? It looks good. I wish it was more stylized, man. Like, it's definitely stylized, but I think my issue with a lot of games now, the art style is like it looks cool, but then the like lighting, like shading and shadows is kind of like normal, and I'm like, give it like a stylized like shader kind of thing to it to get that like original game vibe to it. I don't know. What happened? Did they use AI? They used Gen AI as placeholders for assets, and I'm just like, why? I'm excited for it, but at the same time, I'm like, eh. A little unfortunate, man. Could do the original Crazy Taxi games are so good, chat. If you have not played them, or even don't know even what it is, then big disservice. You should watch at least a video on it if you can't play it. They're so fun. It's like classic arcadey, sit down and just mess around, and they're so good. They're very good. But yeah, they use Gen AI. This Xbox looks really cool, by the way. They use Gen AI as placeholder assets, but they said they only used it for like an X amount of percentage as placeholders, and they will all be replaced in the end. And I'm just like, okay. It's good it's not going to be in the final game, but like why? What is the point then? If it's not going to be in the final game, and it was only for a percentage of the assets, then why use it at all, you know? It's just like, I don't know. The new console looks cool, yeah. It's like the original, like old Xbox OG console look. If I got an Xbox, it would be that, but there's just no reason to buy one. Minecraft. No way. No way. Is this story mode? Oh no, it's this thing. Dungeons 2. Holy shit. Is it the same for Tomb Raider? Yeah, Tomb Raider's got it for sure. It's a bit unfortunate. It's a little unfortunate. All right, Dungeons 2. That's cool. I'm sorry for skipping, but you know, I've seen a lot of it at this point. All right, what is this? What is this?
Ladies and gentlemen, admirers of the mysteries of magic.
This game? Okay. This looks... I don't know. Dude, like I said, a lot of the Xbox games look so similar. Like, art style-wise different, but they're just a lot of the same. I saw a trailer for this on Twitter. I'm sure it's probably cool. Like, it gives, like, BioShock Arcane Studios vibes. But it's I don't know. It's like a lot of them are like shooter BioShock.
The deal's a deal, Jacob. I'll see you soon.
You know, it's not for me. See, this you could, dude. If the art style was different than the previous one, you could convince me it's the same game.
If destiny was there, within reach, could you sacrifice everything?
It's a, you know, it's for people like these games. I'm hating. I'm gonna stop hating. I'm gonna stop.
For your country. For your empire.
Yeah. Valor Mortis. Okay. Bethesda? Bro.
And willing to...
Okay, next. Is this Flight Simulator? It is. No way. The Great Smoky Mountains. The Dry Tortugas. Flight Simulator is cool. Okay.
Stands here, yet it cannot be seen. The wind passes without
Is this Where Winds
sound.
Meet?
People move within.
It is. I don't play the game. I might start. It looks fun. I might play it. I've been told to play it. Yeah, big DLC. Okay. Okay, here we go.
Dracula's castle is just ahead.
I saw the cover art for this.
Come here to destroy
I've heard Where Winds Meet is good. Yeah,
just
me
like
too.
my
I have a
father,
lot of friends who play it.
Mother and their allies before me.
The box art for this game looks gas, dude. I'm I've never been a Castlevania guy, but
No one believes
I love me a good
when I said
Metroidvania,
Miss
so
Belmont would be a girl.
I would like to play this. Holy shit, wow. I hope it's hard.
God has given you another chance, Rose. You must use it wisely to better control your curse and strengthen yourself.
Maybe I'll do like a Castlevania marathon before it. Like play like the older ones back to back to back, because they're relatively short. I know Sea Dog did that a couple months ago, so.
Irritating thing. What makes you think you can stop me this time?
I've always wanted a pet Belmont.
Stupid girl. I will show
Jesus.
you what hell
Oh, this looks hard.
is.
Wait, this looks cool.
I am Rose Belmont.
I like the art style.
And I will hunt the night.
Wait, is this here? When's it coming? Don't. Oh my god. Of course it's October, man. God. Dude. I'm not gonna be able to play it. It's just not possible, literally. That's the same day Wolverine comes out, brother. Holy shit. The art is stunning, though. Oh, come on. Come on, man.
Have a color to them.
Serenity Forge. I talked with one of the guys who works at Serenity Forge. Z. He's very nice. He's working on a couple on a game of his, some other stuff. So I definitely, I'm gonna do some stuff with him. I think for stream.
You
It's very
discover
exciting.
wonderful
Down
new
the line.
places. Dear friends you always needed.
This looks cute. Bro, I love cute games like this, bro. I know I usually don't stream shit like this, but like I do enjoy stuff.
Which linger on the warm
Like I do play this. Would be off stream. I used to play a lot of games like this. Oh, look at the arts, dude. Whoa. It's like old Dragon Ball. Like really old original Dragon Ball, Toriyama. A little mix of Toriyama and like Ghibli.
as you live your days as dreams.
Is it a horror game? It feels like this would be like a horror game, and it turns to shit. Oh, yeah. Oh, God. I feel like it's gonna get scary, bro. Cool. That's exciting. It looks cool. I did talk with some of the Serenity Forge people this weekend. Like I said, so. Alright. Persona 6 revealed! Yeah, dude! I wish I was surprised and I could stream this. Or I could have streamed it. I would have loved to be, like, thrown off guard with this, man. Like, P4R I knew was coming out before the reveal because of the tweet I was reached out for, but... And everybody else was reached out for. But this, I had no idea. Even though the leaks came out, like, a week before, which is so unfortunate. But... Let me shut up. Let me watch it. Fuck. What the hell? Will they be in, like, college? And not high school? That'd be kind of nice. The high school things always threw me off a little bit because of, like, the romancing things you do. I'm like,
World premiere.
Interesting choice. All right, that was not much, but... Dude, I wonder when P6 is coming out, bro. There's no shot it comes out next year, right? Like, that's like 2 years off, which is, I feel like, holy shit, it's a long time. But this is Spyro, right? I saw this. What was your first reaction to Code Veronica? I freaked out. I I have a video up on YouTube. Yeah, I streamed the Summer Games Fest, so I streamed that reaction. That's up. You thought Persona was about lawyers? What? Are you referencing like the memes you've seen? Like, look at my lawyer. That's like P4 stuff. Unless you're thinking of Ace Attorney. Yeah, that's crazy that this is coming back, dude. Holy shit. Oh, there's gameplay. It's alpha footage. Oh, wow. Oh, shit. Damn. Next year? Damn. On every console? Damn. Damn. What is this? Oh, another two.
Fingers. Through one with it.
As they say.
I'm sorry to skip, but it's like
Look at the bloody airships. We're not here for you.
Is this not the same trailer we just saw like 3 trailers ago?
Certain cities.
I can't be the only one that's like, dude, this is like the 5th game we've seen. I'm sure the concept is interesting, but
with a big mouth.
I know what game this is. I remember seeing this a couple years ago, or a year or 2 ago. It's like the Clockwork. Yeah. It's not even a release date, bro. Is it an Xbox console exclusive? Oh, there's another one. Okay, interesting. Matt Booty.
Characters and incredible
Mr. Booty himself. Okay, this is the end of the show, right? Their one final thing is Call of Duty, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, people got upset about this. Actually, let's watch this. It's COD, but like... it being in Korea is crazy. It could be cool. I don't know, man. COD's just... I don't know. People were upset about COD in Korea. No, not about COD being... like, it has nothing to do with it being Korea. It's just people were upset that the final game they showed off was Call of Duty, right?
Hey, I'm gonna head downstairs real quick. See if there's any weapons.
Like the one last thing. Because the one last thing at Summer Games Fest was like FF7. Right?
It's only gonna take 2 seconds.
State of Play, it was God of War. It's like, you know, we've known about this. Right? Like, people who are going to watch these showcases aren't necessarily going to be like, oh my god, COD. Like, COD is huge, don't get me wrong, but...
Damn, he's down. Let's go help him.
The one last thing was an interesting choice.
Copy. Where are we at on the intel? Got it.
It looks cool, though. I'm sure... I won't play it because I say that every year, but...
Let's find that HVT. On you.
But yeah, you just know it's going to show up. That's the point. It's not the problem that it is Call of Duty. It's the problem that, like, we've seen it already and that we know it's here. So it's like, oh, come on. It's a bit... This is disappointing. That's it. Nothing crazy. It's not the end of the world. Spyro should have been the last spot. Could have. I don't know. It's supposed to be major cause. Well, yeah, it is big, but we've seen it already. That's the thing. Where I'm just like, damn. This could have been. I'm just thinking of a surprise, right? Like the final thing being a surprise is usually the point of it. Like you could have had this as the second to last, and people would be like, yeah, okay, cool. It looks kind of cool, though. My only issue is that the newer Call of Duties are just on the same engine, so a lot of them feel the same. Which is what a big drawing point of the older CODs were, you know, from someone who's played, you know, a lot of every single one post BO2 up until like 3 years ago. it was like, oh, Treyarch made this one, Infinity Ward made this one, Sledgehammer. Like, they all feel different, right? They all look different, of course, but they also feel different, and that was exciting because then you could kind of get a different feeling game depending on the mobility and the guns and the gunplay.
Let me get some ammo.
You know, the health is different, right? It's like, oh, it's all different and varying, but a lot of the past couple of years, 3 to 4 years now,
oh, hell yeah,
they're all in the same engine, which is easier for development, and that's good. But it then leads to just a lot of crossover and not as much innovation. And so it's just, oh, okay, I'm paying $70 for the same game, you know, years and years in a row. So that's, I think, where a lot of disappointment comes in from people. But the setting, this is different, right? At least it's different, so. Does it have a story? Yeah, it has a story. It's like an average, like, military story. There's campaign story. There's always a campaign in a multiplayer mode.
Copy.
I used to buy the CODs and play the campaigns. They used to be good.
Oh, thank you.
They haven't really been that good in a while, unfortunately. You don't see this with Resident Evil as much, even though... Well, yeah, because Resident Evil is different. Each game is different with its aesthetic. It's zombies. It's not about the engine being the same. It's just about... You're going to make... You know, when you make Call of Duty, it's a first-person shooter. And, you know, they made Modern Warfare, Black Ops. It's like, you can only stray so much with a first-person shooter, realistic gun game. So it's not really an engine problem. It's just more so... I think because it is the same engine, they get complacent with what they can do and what they will do. So yeah, because Capcom makes all of their games on RE Engine. Monster Hunter, Resident Evil, DMC. So it's not like something being on the same engine is the problem, right? Because you want the Resident Evil games to play similarly because they're good, right? But like for Call of Duty, the point is having a new game every year so that they play differently and feel differently and that, you know, it's exciting and fun and new, right? Because Call of Duties always have been, for so many years, like, different from each other, which is why, you know, it's exciting to get a new one every year. But when they're the same, it's like, okay, well, then why am I spending my money? Because the gunplay, you want the gunplay to evolve and feel good, right? And then when a new game comes out, it's like, okay, I can now play a new game and start at level 0, but with new guns, and the gunplay feels better, and I can unlock more stuff, and so that, like, that loop of it being fun and unlocking things, that, you know, the dopamine, it's new and exciting, but it can't be new and exciting if they're not going to really evolve that much.
Welcome to the Coalition here in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada.
But okay, we don't need to watch
Gears
this.
Of War. When Gears debuted in 2006,
oh, it's 40 minutes. Wow,
There's like
dude.
warrior philosopher Ty Kaliso.
This is probably the best thing they showed off at the showcase, I'm not going to lie. They had some cool stuff in here, right? Xbox, it wasn't bad. Obviously, I skipped through some of it,
has always been about tension, escalation, and release. When a fight kicks off,
this looks pretty damn good, dude. It really does.
Things get more dangerous.
It looks heavy, you know.
And when you drop
like
the last
not in like
enemy, you hear that familiar big.
Not in a way that's not fun to play, but like weighty, right? Like you want a Gears of War game to feel the impact of when you're like sawing shit in half and running from like cover to cover. So it looks cool. I'm excited. I won't be able to play it because I don't have an Xbox, but
both are pushed into uncomfortable territory.
You know.
Always a place for you.
Maybe I could borrow a friend's Xbox or something.
On October 6th.
Who knows? It's October. Never mind. Never fucking mind, bro. Dude. October, or let's do video game releases. 2026. Oh my god, never mind, bro. Everyone's scared of GTA. At this point, I don't think it's a GTA 6 thing. I think it's just an insane coincidence. Let's look. Hold up. This is sickening. And then after this, we'll look at FF7. Okay. Actually, there's FF Resonance and FF7. Maybe tomorrow I'll do FF7. Maybe we'll wait, but I don't know. We'll see, because it's already 10 o'clock. I got more work to do. But we'll look at the resident stuff, and then, yeah. Close this. All right, let's look at this. We have Crazy Taxi. Xbox, I don't know who cares, but the Knicks are losing. The Knicks are losing again? Oh, dude. Hashtag him. He was the problem. Okay, what else did they show? Isolation 2. Yeah, this stuff was at... Yeah. Wolf Among Us 2. And then Resonance. Okay. Alright. Chat. Look at all the games. September. So there's a lot of games in general, but let's look at games that, like, I actually would like to play, right? Because, like, there's so many games that release every month. But, like, notable releases, right? Notable releases. Let's actually look at June. So what do I have for this month? Do I have to worry about anything? Or can we, like, do some backlog stuff? Deltarune Chapter 5. So I'll be streaming Deltarune to catch up before this comes out. So probably in about a week, we'll start playing Deltarune. Oh, the Knicks are losing by that much. Wow. June. The only thing in June is Deltarune, so that's good. New Fears to Fathom. Ooh, I'll have to stream that next week. Yeah. July. July has Rhythm Paradise, but that's, you know, quick game, so I'll be getting that. So that's one game. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I might pick... Oh, Halo's in July. Okay, cool. That's cool. Big Walk is August. Exciting. That's a game we're going to play for sure. Metal Gear Solid. I'll definitely play Metal Gear. Final Fantasy... Okay, not too much stuff in June, July, or August. There's like one or two things. That's good. But September, chat, let's look. Let's see. September, okay? Orbitals, September 3rd. That's an instant pickup. Like, guaranteed, that's a day one. Me and Coco will be streaming that, obviously. Orbitals is a guarantee, okay? Fire Emblem. Most likely you pick that up, right? That is your birthday. Cool. Fire Emblem's probably a pickup. So that's 2 games. Control Resident is a maybe. That was at Summer Games Fest. I did not get to play it, but I heard good things from people. They said it was one of the best games there by far. Silent Hill Townfall. Also definitely will probably play that. I hope the reviews are good, so that's exciting. Onimusha a day later. Oh, God. Okay. Aeon 2, Utterly Long. Okay, so Onimusha, Silent Hill, Control Resident, Fire Emblem, Orbitals. 5 games. But Control might be a skip. And Orbitals... Oh, wait, Orbitals definitely isn't. Okay, so 4 games. But they're spread out, right? Because Onimusha, Silent Hill is a day after... Wasn't there something else that was announced? I feel like there should be something else here. When was this updated? When was this updated? Probably as of, like, what? June? Oh, literally yesterday. Never mind. So this should be fully updated. Okay. Okay. October's the month, though, right? I might... Yeah, maybe Control Resident, I'll see if I can get a review copy and do, like, a review for that. That might be more up my alley than streaming it. Okay, so chat, this is the month that's a problem. End of Abyss. That game I would like to play. Rayman Legends, probably a skip, but it looks kind of fun. E-Day, okay. Ace Combat, no. Star Wars Galactic Racer. I played this game. That's all I can say. Okay? That's all I will say. I will say nothing else, but play the game. Kingdom Hearts collection. Maybe I'll replay KH. Honestly, chat, I haven't played Kingdom Hearts since Remind came out, or streamed it since then. So maybe we'll do a Kingdom Hearts replay. Huh. Maybe I'll play 1, 2, and 3. Maybe we'll do a marathon. But maybe I don't think October will lend us for that time, because that might take a while. Dragon's Dogma 2, no. Planet Zoo, no. Castlevania. Okay, so Castlevania. End of Abyss. Star Wars. Castlevania. Final Fantasy Resonance. One Piece Gourmet. It's like a mobile game. Phantom Blade Zero's October, bro. Oh. And then Switch Sports Resort. That's 7 games. Where's Wolverine? No, dude, this list is wrong, bro. Oh, this is Summer Games Fest release dates. Hold up, dude. No. I need every single game. 2026 release windows. Wait, is this just SGF? The Duskbloods is this year as well. Oh my god. Wolf Among Us Remastered is this year. That was... I also played that. Ocarina of Time Switch is this year. Hold on. Do the Cage Marathon and explain the lore. It's really not that complicated, man. People are just over-exaggerating. It's got some confusing things, but like the overall plot and what happens, you can explain in like 3 sentences. New and up. Oh, hold up. Let's look at this. Also, no, I don't want Summer Games Fest. Let's look up 2026 video games. Bro. Here we go. Release date calendar. PC Gamer. Jump to September. Here we go. Is this different? Is this the same thing? Blood of Dawnwalker, RuneScape, Giant Trail, Silent Hill, Control, Onimusha. Where is Wolverine, dude? Oh, this is PC games. Bro! I don't care if it's give me every single game. Every single video game. 26 video game releases. Everything. Give me everything. Okay, here we go. Jesus Christ. Was it that hard? Thank you. Here we go. We're going to scroll all the way down. September. Okay, similar stuff, right? Yeah. Okay, well, here's Wolverine. Thank you. So Wolverine, Orbitals, Wolverine, Fire Emblem. 2 days later, Jesus. Control is a maybe. Silent Hill, Onimusha. That's 6 games. But Fire Emblem, Orbitals, Wolverine, Silent Hill. Oh, dude. Oh, God. 5 of those 6 are like a guarantee pickup, probably. E-Day, I don't have an Xbox. Even though it says PC. What the fuck? It's not PC. That's a lot. They're lying. End of Abyss is a probably yes. Star Wars is a yes. Castlevania. Final Fantasy Resonance is obviously day 1. And then the One Piece game, Phantom Blade Zero, Switch Sport Resort. I might have to skip out on Switch Sport Resort, but that's 6 games, by the way. And then November, Grand Theft Auto, bro. And then we don't even know when Ocarina of Time remake is coming out, dude. Like, that's crazy. That is crazy, bro. What else? Wolf Among Us. Yeah, Wolf Among Us. Okay, so yeah, I covered everything. That's a lot of games. Duskbloods closed network test probably in like a month or so. And then, dude, next year we get Evercold in January. Right? FF Revelations probably around April. Veronica probably in March. What else? I feel like there's more. What else is like early 27? Stranger Than Heaven, January. Persona 4 Revival, February. Fable, February. Tomb Raider, bro, Tomb Raider in February. Oh my god. Jesus, man. Crazy Taxi is still unreleased date. Spyro. Kamuri is probably a skip. Monster Hunter Wilds Ascendance. Piku Niku 2 looks fun. Virtual Fighter. Wolf Among Us 2. Xenoblade Gen. Jesus Christ. Too many games. But I will say my most anticipated games for the rest of the year. Rest of 2026. FF Resonance. Onimusha. Control Resonant, honestly. Silent Hill Townfall. And then number 5 would be Star Wars, probably. Yeah. Aliens Fireteam 2 is supposed to come out this year. That's actually... Maybe switch out Aliens Fireteam 2 for Control. Because that game was so good. I'll be streaming. Oh, Seed. Seed also... Seed is in July. Because played that at Playdays. Summer Games Fest. Bro. Dude. Whenever Ocarina of Time Remake comes out, though, it's a wrap. Because that's a day one. Like, everything will be put down to play Ocarina of Time Remake. So, we'll see what happens with that. Jesus, dude. God damn, bro. I need to finish the Spyro games at some point. I haven't played them in so long. FF is 4 days after my birthday. Nice. We'll do a Kingdom Hearts marathon. Yeah. Maybe not in October, but to prepare for a Zelda Ocarina of Time, I'll do some Zelda games. And then to prepare for Kingdom Hearts 4. So the next time we get more Kingdom Hearts 4 information, probably will be the Game Awards, right? Or maybe D23. We'll hop on KH4. Maybe in October. I feel like there's a lot of stuff coming out in that month, but a lot of the games that are coming out seem to be like shorter experiences. FF Resonance is like going to be a long one. That's going to be like definitely a 30, 40 plus hour game. But Wolverine, probably, relatively shorter. Castlevania might be a bit longer, but even then, a lot of the stuff doesn't seem like it's going to be too hefty. So, we will see. We will see. All right, chat, what else? What else? So I was going to talk about what? FF Resonance? Because we got some hands-on here from IGN and a little interview to watch, as well as a stream this morning that was a Japanese stream talking about the game. But it's an hour long. So I would love to look at this. But it is already 10 and I still have more emails and things I got to do. So maybe tomorrow. Okay, actually, this is the plan. I think tomorrow I will look at this FF stuff and FF7. And so then, along with all of that, let's do this. Along with all of that, we'll play a game. I could play Subnautica. I could do Deltarune. It could be a React day. Because I know my Backrooms video did good on YouTube, and people are like, you should react to the original Kane Pixels Backrooms videos. So maybe we could do a React day. Because I leave Friday, chat. I am not going to be home. So tomorrow's my last stream for a couple days. Because then maybe when I get back next week, Resident Evil 2, OG, Code Veronica, Subnautica, Deltarune, and then get back to Cyberpunk, and Final Fantasy 13 too. So, have you ever played Code Veronica? No, I have not. That's my last Resident Evil mainline game I've yet to play. So that's why I'm going to stream it, because I gotta play it. Because after all the interviews and stuff, chat, like, it seems like Veronica's going to be pretty different from the original. So it will be a great idea for me to play it. So definitely worth the playthrough to see what's going on. But okay, I think that's good. I think that's good, chat. I'll be back tomorrow, okay? Tomorrow, Final Fantasy Resonance. Check out the news. Final Fantasy 7. Check out all those things as well. That's exciting. And then we'll do maybe Fears to Fathom. Maybe I'll play the new Fears to Fathom. Yeah. Maybe that's the vibe. Hop on that, right? So it's not just me yapping, and so there's some video gaming involved, because I know, you know, the yapping isn't for everybody. And then next week we'll do Resident Evil, Deltarune, Backrooms videos, Subnautica. Then the weekend after that, the end of the month, we'll hop into some story games, like Cyberpunk and other things. So, because dude, I gotta play the Metal Gear games, chat. I really gotta get to that. I gotta play those shits. So, I think Metal Gear 4, MGS 4 is comes out in like August. So I need to play 2 and 3 prior. But I think that's the plan. I think that's the freaking plan. So, have a good night, everybody. I will see y'all tomorrow. Let me check Fears to Fathom. Here it is. Oh, this also came out today. Wait, hold up. Wait, chat. Hold on. Killer Bean came out? No way. Mecha Chameleon. It's this hiding game. Maybe we'll play this with friends next weekend. This might be fun. It's on my wish list. Okay, cool. And then what else? Burglin Gnomes came out today. Friend Slop. Okay, maybe we'll do some Friend Slop with Zach and Coco as well. And then what else we got? We got Fears to Fathom. Yeah. Cool. We'll play this tomorrow. Add it to my wish list. What else is going on then? Frog Squad? Kebab Chefs? Don't Let It Starve? Beauties? What the fuck is this? Zenless Zone Zero. What? Why is this here? You Are the Monster. Okay, I don't care about these games. But yeah, we'll do Fears to Fathom. Alright. Do Fears to Fathom? Yeah, tomorrow. Tomorrow will be Final Fantasy news and interview checking. And then afterwards, the new Fears to Fathom game. We're locking it in. Maybe some Friend Slop. Okay? Maybe some Friend Slop. One of these two games, they just came out today. So I'll ask Coco and Zach, and we'll see what we're cooking there. But have a good night, everybody. Thank you for hanging out. I know the stream wasn't that long, but I'm still dead tired. I slept till fucking 2:30 today, chat. I woke up at 9 o'clock, or no, I woke up at 7:45. Went to the dermatologist, came back, fell asleep around 9:30, and then woke up at 2:30. And I stayed in bed for like another 2 hours. So, a little sleepy. But tomorrow we will be back in business. I'll see y'all probably around 6 o'clock, normal time, maybe even earlier, just so that we have ample time to do stuff. But yeah, have a good night. Thanks for hanging out. Check the YouTube main channel, please. Check out the vids. There'll be a lot of stuff. Also, TikTok and Instagram. I'll have some stuff on there as well from the weekend once again, and we'll keep it going for all the fun. But thanks for hanging out, guys. Really appreciate it. And see you later. Goodbye. 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 Goodbye.